Yep. Hey.
Won't get fucked up.
Hey, guys, it's our Drunkiversary.
Woo!
We are here, year 3, guys. I'm so excited. I'm super pumped. We are here with some great people in the room. We got shots poured, we got drinks poured, we got full-ish stomachs, and we're ready to get into some things. With that being said, we go around the room. We have Mr. Andrew in the building. Thank you for coming. Miss Ro.
Hey.
Coy is in the
building.
Mr. Matthew is in the building.
Hello, hello.
And then Geo, double cup love over here in the
Your boy.
And as you already know, this is your girl V.
This is Willis.
And as always, he's late. But anyway, we are extremely excited. It's our 3-year anniversary. We're really happy to have everyone here. And we're going to get into some things that's not the normal podcast. We're going to talk about some crazy topics. But before we do that, shots of pour, guys.
All right.
Thank you guys for coming out
Thank
to
you,
a
guys.
fun, wild episode.
Drunk
Brunchiversary.
Right. Drunk brunchversary.
That's a mouthful.
Oh, that's what she said. That was harsh.
I was waiting for it.
Was it? All right, so let's start at something. Since I have mostly men in the room, I have a question.
Oh, crap. You starting already?
Yes, I'm starting already. Duh. Okay, so is it true that men aren't strong enough to handle the truth?
False.
They want us to. Do you guys want us to just lie to you?
You know what, V? I'm glad you asked.
Let me finish. Men aren't strong enough to handle the truth. Someone says, just lie to us. I don't care what he says to convince you to tell him the truth. Just lie in all caps. So yeah, whoever wants to go first. I want to know because if it's up to me, if it was up to old single V, then it would be a whole different story. Like fuck you, I'm gonna tell you what I want to tell you. So let's go around the room.
That is false, 100%. I'd rather be told the truth, speak the truth. The truth will set you free. The truth is the best policy. So while sugarcoated one, you can just tell.
Who says I want to be set free?
That's just a saying. For me, I just tell it like it is.
Okay.
I got no issue.
So you want a girl to be 100% with you?
Yeah.
No matter how harsh.
No matter how hard.
Look, I can take this.
She be like, yo, I got herpes. You gonna be like, oh.
Wait, what?
That's
Hold up. That is a medical requirement. You have to tell that.
Some people lie.
Being honest.
Some people lie.
You two want to see a kid down
But would he want to be lied to about that?
Look, I don't think anybody would tell me that.
That's a conversation you have before you even get to
Yes,
it.
yes.
That is a big factor.
Niggas lie every day.
You over here spreading disease and you talking about should I lie about it?
That's how it gets spread, right? Because people don't tell their partners that they have things and they aren't aware.
Let me see that paperwork.
Yeah.
I don't think every man can handle the whole truth 1,000%.
I agree.
I think that yes, as a woman, I prefer to be like super straight up and honest, no matter how harsh. But also, I've had to realize over the years that like you have to dish it out in certain ways.
Yeah.
And it depends on the person because whether male or female. But with men, they are way more sensitive than they want to let on.
Talk that talk.
Honestly,
I
already shared my opinion, so I'm doing some real shit right now.
because like the way I see it is everybody is sensitive, and no matter how hard people try to pretend they are, if someone says some real shit to you, you're gonna be affected by it. So like truth is truth, and you need to tell the truth, elsewise that shit's gonna bite you in the ass later. So
Yeah. Karma.
Okay.
So I definitely only want the truth. However,
Comma.
I don't ask questions that I don't want or need the answer to. Like
Valid.
that's the, like if it doesn't concern me, if it's not, if it like cause then like you bringing it up and mentioning it now is something in the back of my mind that didn't even need to be there. Like if I'm dating somebody in my mind, like you have my trust. If I made the decision to date you, you have my trust.
Okay.
Which means that as long as if you're not doing nothing wild, I mean I don't care. Like I'm gonna assume that you're not, and so if you're not, then it's not a problem. But I'm not gonna ask you a bunch of questions where it's like, all right, now like.
But now I feel like we're getting into more of like
somebody
you're speaking about specific things about what to be told the truth about now.
No, what to be told at all. I want to be told the truth. I'm saying what to be because women will volunteer information
This is
that
true.
I don't want. Like
unnecessary.
It'd be her. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend called me.
Yeah, like just if he called you and you handled it the way it needed to be handled, don't tell me about it.
Yeah,
I don't want to know. Like I don't need that in my mind. But now you told me, and I was like, and now I'm like, why you even bring it up? Like, it's like you trying to prove to me that you did that you're loyal. Right. I don't need that. If I made the decision to fuck with you, I fuck with you. Like that's it. So handle that the same like if my ex would ever to call me, I'm gonna handle it, and I'm not about to just be like, hey, Sharon called. Like, why you need to know? Why make it sound 6 years old? That's just an unnecessary problem being created that doesn't need to exist. Like I trust you to do what needs to be done the right way. Don't bring it to me unless it needs to be brought to me. Like,
yes, like herpes. That is a
up front.
Yes.
That is
up front.
First of all,
announce your herpes.
Any STD.
Actually, the whole panel. I just need to know.
Yeah, the whole health screening should come with before the first
I remember one screenshot.
Right?
I did go to 100.
I definitely am that person. I ask all the crazy minute question. I'm like, do you have this? Have you ever had this? This?
That's
what happened? Okay, what happened with this? Like, I just need to know
Right.
up front about stuff like that.
It was literally like 100
stuff,
questions.
Some stuff I don't need to know. Sometimes I'm just like,
I was expecting her to send an Excel spreadsheet.
It's like at that point, like we're gonna go together. We're gonna get that.
Exactly.
Disabled veteran? No.
But women would dead ass be like, oh yeah, I haven't had sex in 2 months. Why are you telling me that?
I don't need to know.
Does that make you feel guilty that you gotta tell her?
I will say
I don't volunteer that information. Don't ask me.
If I was asked,
it depends on the person, but sometimes people do that because it's an emotional thing for them. So they, how, and everybody's different. But like if I'm like I was in that situation where I had to tell somebody like, hey, it's been 3 years since I've done anything sexual with anybody because I was practicing abstinence. So for me, it was I had that conversation with someone, but I was also it didn't stop there. I had to go and explain like, okay, my mental, I'm really apprehensive about jumping into this because of X, Y, Z.
Right.
So it was a whole conversation. It wasn't just I haven't,
I'm just a newborn version.
Newborn.
Yeah, I had to explain like why because when that stuff like that happens, I feel like at least with me, I know I would be more emotionally attached to somebody having jumped into it, having that long gap versus the like, okay, are we consciously making a decision to just be fuck buddies for a while?
Right.
Because then that's a whole different mental space.
That's what I want to know.
A whole other mental state, but eventually,
and then it eventually turns into that.
We're not going there yet.
Actually, that's what I need to know a friend. Like if you're clingy, like some people don't like clingy people.
Yeah.
Some people love clingy people.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you get to that, I got
You got stories.
As far as your question for me,
go ahead.
I would like to quote the great Mario Winans.
Oh, Lord.
I don't want to know if you're cheating. Keep it on the low. Cause my heart can't take it anymore.
I cannot.
I'm that. So in the relationship with this, if you get caught, it's done.
I think for me, which is something I don't think I've heard anybody else says, I think it's also about the delivery. You can tell a person, hey, you have bodily hygiene issues, right? But there's a way you could tell someone, instead of hurting their feelings, be like, yo, you stink. Like, you never heard of a fucking shower? Like, whoa.
You stink.
Versus, hey, just want to let you know that I kind of smelled you, whatever, but here's some soaps that I think may be better for you. Like, it's all about delivery. Right?
But you know the way to get with it? I'm like a shower before and after sex guy.
I understand that. I'm just
however, if you still smelling some type of way after you took a shower, I'm sorry, we gotta have a
There's some
conversation.
problems.
It's clearly me a new bar.
You got some bacterial issues that need to be taken care of.
I'm sorry. Aside from the
roll around
STD screening, do you have bacterial vaginosis or not? Because some smelling a little fishy up in here.
You got stinky ball syndrome now.
Take care of it.
That's stinky ball.
Alright, so let's try. Let's try not to talk over each other so we can hear everybody's point. And then number 2, like I said, it's all about delivery. And it's also about knowing who you're delivering this message to. If you know that you're not. But if you know Geo is sensitive, right? Don't be like yelling at this person saying, "Oh, you stink." versus like, hey, you know, it's a monotone approach, right? It's all like, you can talk to some people, like I could probably talk to Andrew like, nigga, you stink. Like, you like, damn, be like that. Like, some people can take the harsh constructive criticism, while other people need a little bit more coddling. So it's also about knowing who the person is, of telling the truth and how you tell the truth.
It also depends on the topic too, because like some people are more sensitive about certain topics. Like say for instance, someone got a big ass head and they get upset about that, but yet
I'm gonna struggle with this for you all my life.
Exactly, and you bring it up to you trying to buy them a hat, and it's like, well, damn, nigga, your head huge as hell. I can't buy you a hat, and it's like you can't do that.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. I just want to know if y'all felt that was a true statement for men. I think it's a true statement for men. I think I agree. I agree with Ro. I feel like men are a little bit more sensitive. I say in this generation, which I applaud. I think it's like a pro-con type of situation where a lot of men are more vocal about their feelings, but then you don't know how to approach those feelings as a female sometimes, because you're like, as a woman, you're like, okay, so is it okay to say this? Is it okay to say that?
Because I mean, we've been conditioned in a way to like how, you know, at least depends on how old you are. Because I feel like, you know, just in our generation, because we're all around the same age, we've been conditioned.
We're like 6 years apart. What are you
3 years apart,
yo.
Times 2.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, some things have been conditioned versus like some of the either younger generations or the ones even older than us. Stuff is like completely different. But I will say one thing I saw from all of our, you know, just interactions in our kind of generation. We've been more vocal. We have been more like, hey, you know, you hurt my feelings, or hey, don't do that. We've just been more confident, you know, and stuff. And it took time to get that for everyone. But like, we're at that stage now where we're just like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and it is what it is, you know. But I'll also tailor it if I need to.
I mean, a lot of that comes from the patriarchy, honestly. Like, women are women and men are men, and men aren't supposed to have emotions. So women have been trained to believe that men should not be showing their emotions. And so you get that judgment because of that.
Yeah, I feel like that was the old way of thinking, but now this generation, we're more in tune. That's not all.
It's a little better. It's a little bit better. But you still got those old heads who are sitting there hammering it into the younger ones that that's the way it should be.
We still have the generation of the single mothers who are raising their sons to be open about how they feel.
That's true.
And that's why the men of this generation, a lot of the men are, what about how they
feel? You're right.
Some they're more open to be like, yo, I've been raised by my mom, so I already know that, you know, I'm the man of the house. But then at the same token, I can tell you, hey, you're not for me because you exhibit this behavior which isn't condoning with what I want in a woman. Like, they're vocal about what they want now. Like everyone said, we're vocal now. But it's all about understanding, like, hey, these are my standards. This is what I don't like. But if you don't know that, then you're just harboring inside feelings, and you don't even understand your feelings. Why? And then these people will keep on treating you this way because you ain't open up your mouth, and now it's just a revolving circle of trauma.
And then it's just building up resentment, and then it just explodes eventually. So
I think for me, like I had to go to therapy to realize that I had feelings. Like, I'm so used to like burying stuff, or like just, you know, when you growing up, man up.
Yes.
I saw your face.
Exactly.
And man up. So like, the therapist had to tell me, like, your feelings count. Your feelings matter. It's okay. So I just like had that realization, okay, my feelings matter. So I'm about to just say stuff and say how I feel instead of trying to bury them or drink it away or smoke it away, or, you know, or getting frustrated or blowing up at people. So it just depends. I think this next generation is about to be better.
Until 5 years ago, I didn't even know what anxiety was. Like, I was always wondering why I felt so fucking weird. And then one day I was talking to one of my friends. They were like, you know, that's an anxiety attack, right? I'm like, what's anxiety? Like, I don't understand what you mean as a feeling of what anxiety is. And
it's a new world.
It's a new world.
I was fortunate enough to grow up, like my family, like also like I kind of like helped condition them to be more understanding. Like I was very much a rebellious child, and like it was for the better. Like, and like people see my family now, and they're like, oh my god, I love everybody's so. I'm like, yeah, it was a lot of work. I really put in a lot of
I paid this right here.
I did that, so y'all don't have to go through.
I rehabilitated these people.
See how we had the family reunion? You're welcome.
I've never really had. I've been fortunate enough to not have to struggle with being able to express my emotions and accept the fact that I am allowed to feel things. But I don't know. I highly doubt that therapy would ever work for me, just because I know myself, and I can't imagine respecting the opinion of a stranger trying to tell me about me. It's you don't know me.
That's the whole point of the sessions, though,
I don't
right?
think therapists try to tell you that you are you. They're more so guiding you. They're never going to tell you directly, hey, you need to do this.
Hey, you're a narcissist.
They give you a different perspective.
Well, yeah, some do.
They analyze your
That's a shitty
behavior.
So they just say you're showing some narcissistic behavior.
Yeah, tendencies.
But they won't say, yo, you're a narcissist.
No, some directors will tell you look, you're a pathological liar. You need to.
Oh, that's a terrible
Well,
therapy.
no, I'm not saying for me.
It
For
sounds
friends.
like it was a story. It sounds like a story.
How many people are in therapy here? Anyway, me.
How many people married to one?
Valid.
Damn.
So you already
She's
know
the reason why I went to therapy. Look,
he should be fine.
Yeah.
At the end of this year.
Yeah.
right.
Look, girl, he's not gonna be fine.
I think we met at a good time because she was in college and now she's out in her career or whatever. If she was already a therapist when I met her, I would be more skeptical.
Yeah.
But kind of
You saw the growth.
Yeah.
Well, that's always
Because then you
good,
can be
though.
concerned, have you been therapizing me this whole time?
Are you therapizing me now?
She got
It's officially a new word, therapized.
Yes.
yeah.
All right, so moving on to my next topic. So, have you all purposely broke someone's heart? Now, I'm gonna play this clip first, so you guys can hear. This is from Just Hilarious, which, if you guys don't know, listening, she's from Baltimore, and
Go see your church.
she went to my mother's church. Well, her mother and my mother go to church together. Anyway.
Remember ever breaking someone's heart?
Jessica, please, be truthful. Jessica.
Wrong with the man glasses back on.
Come on, yo.
I don't remember ever.
What?
What, nigga?
Oh, you left some motherfuckers high and dry.
Yeah, you can't
just ding me on me. Wow. What did you do?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I forgot that was the wrong clip. It's the other clip that has more, but my bad. Not Julio. Oh, you gotta. What you said? We live. What?
No.
So have you
We
purposefully
should go live.
broke someone's heart?
Does a stalker count?
Does the what?
Does a stalker count?
Yeah, does a stalker count?
Oh,
That's a valid
I thought you
question.
said soccer count.
No,
I'm
does
like,
a
what is-
stalker count?
Yeah,
I
anyway.
guess.
Then yes.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Then yes. So when I was in college, I was just nice to this girl. I was nice to this girl, and she took my nicest as me liking her, really liking her. I used to buy ice cream for a bunch of people, all my friends randomly.
You want this ice cream?
I'm
Ice
called the
cream
ice cream
kid.
kid.
I get it.
legit-
But I'm just like
I would go every year. I legit would go over my budget of how much to spend on ice cream. And I would spend over
I had a budget.
yes, I would
Ice
spend
cream.
over $1,000 worth of ice cream.
Woo!
I used to in college. I kid you not.
This is I want to hear.
I'm concerned.
You're like a fairy tale at your school. Y'all don't know, but when I was in school, there was this one kid who just used to bring ice cream around.
everybody else was trying to get fucking liquor. This has been ice cream.
I'm waiting for the ice cream king or something. This is something with ice cream.
Yeah.
You have ice cream on
Is
toast?
there an ice cream kink?
You have an ice cream on toast?
No
Nipples?
king shake here.
No.
You definitely had sex with ice cream.
Yeah. He was pouring up somebody.
We don't have to pretend.
Yo, that front vein lying on
Yeah,
the
that
front.
man. All of them.
I've had sex with ice cream before. I know you've done it.
This one's Bluebell.
Yeah. That's Eddie's.
Hot enough.
This one's Ben and Jerry.
No, I really love ice cream.
Is
So
that Safeway brand?
no, it's Magnum.
Oh.
That is,
Oh,
So
that was good ice cream.
That's the good ice cream.
That's the good ice
I
cream.
legit used
And
to call
the
myself
gold
the unofficial spokesman of Magnum. I would advertise
Please
it.
clarify.
Both
Ice
condoms
cream.
Ice cream. We all said ice cream.
Of ice cream.
But he kept saying Magnum Strong.
I know.
Let it
Yeah, but it's a good ice cream.
I didn't realize you were talking about ice cream for a minute.
How do we get to
Because that would be
condoms?
that would be my delivery. I'm like, oh, have you had Magnum before? It tastes so good. I bought like 30 boxes, and people look at me like, nigga,
Wait a minute.
Spoils in like 30 days.
nah, ice cream will last a while. I know how to make it last.
He knows.
I know.
He puts it in the deep freezer in the very back.
He was spoiling niggas. Magnum is
He
not
was.
cheap.
It's like $7.
It's not. Like I said, I used to spend a lot of money.
$1,000.
Okay, continue.
So
was
one
about
day,
ice cream
you know, I was
sandwiches.
just always nice to her, and then one day, I legitimately was in class taking the test. Mr. Martin, why am I being singled out? What did I do? You have a visitor at the door. I'm like,
Wait a minute.
who the hell is at my class? I look at the door, it's her, peeking around the corner. I never told you my schedule. How do you know where I'm at? So I was like, do you mind if I just continue? It's like, yeah, go ahead. 3 minutes later, if you don't tell her to leave, you're gonna fail.
Damn, what kind of teacher is this?
Yeah.
I mean, because she kept standing there.
Oh, that's awkward.
I mean, I'm focused on the test, and I gotta leave. Like, what are you doing here? Oh, I followed you to class. You followed me?
She was honest.
You said honesty is the best one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
I'd rather you tell me the truth or
Right.
like, oh, somebody just told me where you were. No. So like, well, you gotta leave. I gotta take a test. Every class I went to, she was there either outside the door staring in the window. So I eventually went. This is how it got bad. I knew she was stalking me. I used to take the bus. I had to take the bus 21, not Metro. The bus. They have very
Yeah.
yes.
That
They had-
Largo, New Carrollton, you had to
Yes,
catch New
The white,
Carrollton,
blue, and yellow
So
joint.
before you get to New Carrollton, there's a couple of stops off of what is that? Before you get to Arbor Ardmore, Ricey Road.
Yeah.
So I had to get off the last stop before you turn to Arbor Ardmore, and that's how I got home. So before I got there, I saw her on the bus like, "What are you doing here? I know you don't live here because you would call me every day talking about when are we going to do anal so you can come to the hotel by my house."
This story is.
Continue. We gotta let him finish.
Okay, let's
And
finish.
so I was just like, "I'm never coming to see you. I will see you at school because we go there. Outside of that, I will not see you." And I was just always nice. So she's on the bus, like, "Why are you on this bus?" "Oh, I'm just going to the metro station." "Alright, your stop is like way further. I don't know why you came here. You could have went to Largo, which is closer to PG." So I get off on the bus stop. I'm walking. I don't hear the bus like close, hear the doors close and pull off. It's still open, like, mind my business, and I start hearing footsteps behind me.
Wow.
I take about 15 steps and I stop, I turn around. It's her. "Hi. What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just walking."
She wanted some mag.
"Walking where?"
Nah, she wanted anal. That's what she wanted.
No, he just hit us with the Seinfeld yada yada. he said I was nice to this girl one time, and then she came to my class, and then she followed me to the bus stop, and then I was like, "I know you don't live here because you called me the other day and said you were trying to do anal," and I said,
Yeah.
"No, hold on,
Wait,
you skipped so many steps."
I'm still stuck on the anal part. Like,
Stick to that story.
How did we get here? I think y'all mad at me because I thought he meant Magnum condoms.
Yeah,
but
no,
clearly,
you're right.
Ice cream, but her, she wasn't talking about ice cream.
Clearly,
no, she wanted chocolate.
So I start walking, and then I hear her walking behind, like 10 feet behind. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So I start running, and she's running. I legitimately have to run through. I kid you not.
Oh my
No.
God.
I kid you not.
All I
no
can
way.
think of is
Boy, ain't
the
no way.
instructor from Hunter x Hunter right now.
The T-1000 run. The T-1000.
We gotta pass through the cave. We gotta go.
TSA ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no.
Ain't no way.
I ain't going home.
I know. I legit. So
He's describing a robbery. That is a robbery. Like, I looked on myself and they followed me, and I kind of picked up the pace. I started running. They started running.
Wait.
You got robbed. At the end of this story, should end with you getting robbed.
Just for context, you never done anything with her beforehand.
never.
Okay, just
But you gave her,
context.
you gave her your number.
Kindness and
She
You know
is
how,
sprung.
okay, so let me
didn't give her
backtrack.
your
Let me
number.
backtrack a little. I never gave her my number. So
Forgive
we
us.
have a lot of friends that we all hung out, and we would go to like Chipotle, Rita's a lot. Like, oh, we're going to Rita's today. You know, get a
Sorry,
mystery.
guys. Sorry, guys.
So we did that like weekly, several times a week.
Yeah.
So we just created a group chat, like, all right, everybody get each other's numbers, so that, you know, like, oh, everybody knows we're about to go to Rita's, or somebody like, oh, I'm in class, so I can't go now. So that's how she had the number. That's why I got calls, weird texts, and oh god.
Did you get nudes?
She sent you a picture of her butthole?
Did it look like a balloon?
She did. I know she did. She offered anal. She definitely sent him a picture of her butthole.
Did.
And she like, I got it bleached for you.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
She was into some stuff.
At least give me an age range. Like,
right.
What is her age range?
Yeah.
And when the time when y'all
this
dating?
was college.
I mean, not dating.
Talking.
College is like 18, 19?
20?
No. At that point, I think I was like 21, 22.
Does she know about bleaching the ass?
I don't know how she knows that. I don't question. Like Geo said, if it's something I don't want to know, I'm not going to question it. I have no reason to know that.
What does she look like? Like, what? I need.
We're not gonna
Was she cute? That's all I want to know.
To me, though.
Perspective.
But she sent you pictures of her ass, though.
Yeah.
She sent me more than pictures.
See?
That's not what. I didn't ask
You
that. I didn't request it.
You accepted it though.
There's no
Wait, you can't.
You
It wasn't an airdrop.
You didn't cut it off.
I have an Android. I'm not an iPhone user. So when you get a message, it's just there.
Yeah, it's just there.
But no, after she sent you the first picture, you
You
could
should
have
have
cut it
blocked
off.
her.
Yeah.
It's in the group chat.
Now we victim blaming.
She was sitting in the group chat.
She was sending anal pictures in her group.
Anybody can get this.
First, it was in the
Hey,
group
that's what I
chat.
heard.
First, it was in the group chat. But no, it was directed for
It
Andrew.
was an open
It said,
invitation.
Like Andrew,
Open
this is for you.
invitation.
It literally said Andrew, that's for you, and everybody's like, y'all doing stuff? No, I'm not doing nothing. No.
Oh, so that was intentional. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna make.
But then she started privately messaging me like,
yeah,
what
we're
do you
talking.
want?
Oh, okay.
So that's how she got my number.
So
back to
She's
the
like, I'm
original
claiming my
story.
man.
Back to the original story. So on Artwork Artmore, there's like a guardrail and there's woods right next to it on both sides. I jumped over the guardrail. I started running through the woods. This chick tried to follow through me in the woods. I'm like, oh fuck no. She was determined.
She was trying to get your booty in the woods, like shit.
I ran as fast as I could. I dropped my book bags like fuck it. I will get it sometime later today. And I just kept running.
Wow.
I made sure I ran the woods, backyards, neighborhoods, and I eventually got home and was like, there's no way she followed me.
This is like a cartoon. This is a movie.
She called me later that day and was
So
like,
you broke her heart because she did all of this.
yes, but this is like a couple of days later. It was like, she called me that night. It's like, why were you running from me? Why was I running? I don't want you to know where I live. You don't even come there. I don't like you.
Wow.
She legit.
You blew up on her because with every right to.
I'm about to say rightfully
yeah.
so.
Honestly, I would have too.
Rightfully
so.
Anybody.
She tried to rob him
Yes.
of his dignity.
Tried to sexually assault you.
She was trying to steal your love. Like she wasn't trying to like.
So this was the first time I've ever called a
walks
female
around
a
with
bitch in
pictures
my
of
life.
their asshole?
So my friend was like, you legitimately have to just be extremely mean to her. So I was like, let's talk.
That's the craziest story I've ever heard in my life.
We sat down in the second floor of the
Where the cracker jack?
Right
there in Buffalo Bay.
and Largo Student Center on the second floor in front of the club offices. We sat there. It was like, look, I have to talk.
Are you with the Largo too?
No, PG Community College.
Okay. It's a cross.
So we sat there. It's like, look, I don't like you. I don't love you. You're just a friend. But at this point, we're not friends anymore because you're stalking me. This is too much. Yes, I called her crazy.
You just chased me through the fucking woods.
I called her crazy.
No, we're
And I was
not
like-
friends.
And I said, I literally told her, this is against my better judgment, but bitch, you're getting on my nerves.
Okay.
And that's the
Used to
very
be
first time
or-
I called a woman a bitch. And
Not the last.
The more you.
it's rare. I can count how many times I've actually
Bitch
called.
shot? Is there a bitch shot for the man?
Right.
Let me
You gotta
get
get
a
a shot. You need a shot for that.
So I've only called a woman a bitch 6 times in my entire life.
Oh, you know.
I keep track because I don't do it often.
Yep.
Check her.
I believe it.
Me neither.
And so,
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't believe
and
it.
so she
Not
ran
bad.
away crying, and I was like, I don't feel bad. I got up, I went and bought ice cream, and I went and bought my memory.
Of
And
course.
was it Magnet?
Yes, it was.
Of course. He had to make himself feel better after that. Like
Yeah.
He wasn't about to go cheap out.
Right.
Like, I use the term bitches, but only because it hit harder. And be like, oh damn, like what are bitches? But like, that's not like about a specific person. I would never call a specific woman a bitch, but like, oh man, these bitches fine. Like, but they're always like imaginary, hypothetical bitches. Like never like real
Real
tangible,
life.
Not a
women.
literal.
Not real tangible women. women.
And it's magical.
But like in the group chat, we be joking. When like my friends in school, we be joking. We be like, damn, bro, this nigga out here fucking my bitch. Like, she's not a real person. Like, I don't have a
They don't
bitch.
have feelings.
It's not real, but it's hard.
All they
Like, he
have
out
is
here fucking my
assholes.
woman. That just sounds lame. It
It
don't hit the
Too many
same.
feelings into
It
it.
don't hit the
my
same.
woman.
Yep.
It's not
Yeah.
respectful. That's why. So it sounds a
Respectfully.
little respectfully.
Which is interesting.
But also-
women be like, oh, look at these bitches. They're like, y'all call each other bitches, but let somebody else.
Yeah.
We're not-
No,
it's like the
we're not
nigga
gonna go
debate.
there because
We're not gonna do that.
it's the same with white people trying to say.
Damn, we're in.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly. I was about to say that was probably my
Like,
next.
nah,
Look,
you can't.
all of the parallels with homophobia, with sexism, all of that. Like they all like with my guy friends, I be pointing them out like, all right, like literally exactly what you're saying. You sound like a white person trying to explain to a black person why they should be doing. Like it's the same thing. But it's just about gay people or about women, but like
Or
they're not the same because I mean racism is definitely another level, but
Yeah.
they parallel
Yes,
each other.
they
Like
do.
like the ideas, the concepts at their core
Agreed.
are the same. Like yeah, if women like another woman be like, oh, this is my
It would be in
bitch.
the Venn
Like
diagram.
they'll be like, oh, this is my
Yeah.
nigga. Like if I say like, bro, this is my nigga, I can say that. That doesn't mean a white person
Yeah.
say that. Woman be like, oh my god, bitch, what's up? That doesn't mean I can be like, oh yeah, what's up, bitch? Like no, it's not. I can't do that.
But unless you're gay, you get to say it.
You gotta say it with the heart.
That's up to women. That ain't my fault.
Right.
That if a woman decides she will let a gay nigga go, like that's their business.
That's
It
all
don't
now.
concern me.
They don't.
I definitely try to get that off. Like, bitch, you look good.
So he's intentionally broken somebody's heart.
Yes.
Yes.
Moving on. Bro, you got a dark side. I know you
So
have.
my
I feel like you have a song about breaking somebody heart. Oh, worst behavior.
That was because of a broken heart.
Okay, got you.
Hey, it's open
So
to the listeners.
I have
To the
never
interpretation.
I have never intentionally broke someone's heart, but I have unintentionally broken someone's heart.
Mm.
And it was, and for me, my story is, I'll make mine short, but basically it's like, so I've had, people who've like, we become friends and we hang out all the time, and then at some point, they've developed feelings, but also it's just like, if you don't tell me these things, I'm not gonna react I'm not gonna treat you any differently.
Oblivious.
Yeah,
I'm literally like, I really am just oblivious to
I'm the
shit.
same way.
So like I may, somebody may, so and so, like they're feeling you or they think of you, that blah blah. I'm like, well, they haven't said this to me, so
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
Right.
So I there's nothing I can do. If you don't articulate to me that you are interested in me in any type of way, no matter how long we're hanging out, talking, whatever, chilling, having fun, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah,
I genuinely do not know. I don't think about it. My brain does not.
not fake it.
No, I pretend to be oblivious because I always know. Like
I don't.
we had all
I,
conversations. I told I was like, bro, I've never I can always tell when someone wants to fuck me. I always tell. And there was one time where I was like, where I thought
Did you
one of
get
her
an
friends was trying to fuck
asshole
me, and then
Right.
I was like, and then she was like, oh no, she's got a girlfriend. I was like, oh, she's gay. Oh, you know what? I guess I was wrong.
Oh my god.
Niggas
He's
fucking
right.
them
He's
block.
right.
And I was like, nope, every time. Every
Wow.
time.
I will say he has been right every time that has happened. I'm just like, what? And I'm like, fuck. Man. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was more so like there was something that happened, and like I'm a very friendly person. I meet lots of people. I try to bring people into the circle, make people feel welcome, have a good time.
Yes, she does.
And this was a night where like I had planned a birthday party for this was like a friend who totally wasn't somebody like we hang out all the time. But just never like had that like camaraderie experience.
Right.
So I scheduled this whole thing where we all went out, had a great birthday party, invited my friends and a bunch of other people, and I invited a new friend that I had along with one of the older friends that I had who we hung out all the time. And then like shit went south. The birthday part was great, and then we get back to my house and it was crazy because like I had a whole tin of cupcakes where I had a bunch of shit in my hand. A bunch of shit in my hand. Next thing you know, I have like two people not even arguing, but like trying to figure out who was going to open the door, and I'm just kind of like standing there with all this stuff like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm so confused. I'm very, very, very confused. And then I had my 3 freaking asshole friends in the car. Literally, I could hear them laughing from the parking lot.
Damn.
They didn't know I could hear them. They were so loud. They were just like, well, let's see how this pans
over and be like, oh shit.
And I'm like,
That's when you get out. Hold
I did not understand what was happening. I was literally confused.
World star.
So
That part.
So at this point, like, you know, the door finally opens and I just open it myself and I drop the fucking cupcakes.
Oh.
Drop on the fucking
And I know you were
I'm
pissed.
sorry.
I was-
You said you opened it yourself,
I
and these
opened
two
it myself.
guys are just standing there.
Yeah, it was a thing. So then, you know, we go upstairs and I'm very much like, okay, well, so what we about to do? We about to drink, hang out, whatever. And then one of the guys, you know, one of the guys just like, yeah, because he was chill, he was cool.
Right.
He was like, yeah, so he just made himself comfortable on the couch, like, all right, well, let's talk about anime and shit and let's play a game or whatever. And the other guy's kind of standing by the door like, so, you know, I think I'm gonna, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna stay. I think I might head out.
Get it out. What the fuck are you
I
saying?
think I'm gonna head out. And I'm just like, you don't want to hang out? Like, what's
Right.
up? You know, I'm like, I already dropped the cupcakes, so
Yeah.
Facts.
got a whole kitchen full of liquor if you want to just hang.
Right.
And then it was just very awkward energy.
It's crazy that she's a booby because it's like in my mind, like if I go to a girl, I'm trying to remember, she's like, yeah, what's up? I got bottles, like let's get drunk. I'm like, oh yeah, she's definitely trying to get in her. She's just like, no, oh my god, like here's alcohol, have a good time, let's go. Like
That's
we're friends.
Yeah, so he leaves, and then like I didn't really hear from him after that. And this was someone like we hung out every day, like almost every day.
Wow.
And like talking about different stuff. This was somebody who was like seeing somebody, like it was a crazy. And then later,
Yeah.
and then later I find out that like, okay, well, not even find out. They just never told me like, oh hey, I have feelings for you. Because I'm like,
did he
what the
ghost
fuck
you?
am I supposed to do with those things? You're talking to somebody. I'm thinking everything's cool. We're just friends, whatever. But all of a sudden, I start bringing around other friends, and you feel some type of way. But yeah, you don't tell me you're feeling some type of way. You just disappear and slide into the shadows. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So then, I mean, literally to this day, like we haven't talked. This was years ago. We haven't talked
Since that day?
Yes. So this was probably like a whole year and a half after that. He finally hit me up and was like, hey, can we go hang out? I'm so sorry. I've been MIA. So I was like, okay, cool. And then we did go out, but that day got weird because like all of a sudden he had to bring a family member. Something happened, and so like we just ended up hanging out at this spot with me, him, and then his cousin, which was fine with me. I'm like, okay, we want to play games. But in my head, I was like, okay, I already knew. It was explained to me kind of like what happened on top of the fact we haven't spoken in like a year. This is weird. So on top of that, we never really even got to have a full conversation because the cousin was there. So then after that, I get dropped off at home. I'm just like, all right, hey, if you want to hang out or you want to talk or whatever. And this has been like 3 years now. I have not heard from this person.
Wow.
So he brought the cousin like an emotional support.
No. That was actually a genuine, not a planned thing. He wanted to just like hang out with me, but then because he had family in town, she like invited herself, and it didn't matter. It was fine with me. I was like, we could still talk. I don't care that she's here.
So at what point did he explain feelings?
He never has.
To this day.
To this day. There was another friend of mine who was just like, Roquois, like.
The nigga like
this is why this happened. He, because they were sitting here. I could hear them laughing from the parking lot that day. They were like, this is why. They had to explain everything to me as like how it happened, how things seemed, or how he probably took things, and this, that, and the other. But I'm also like, I've also been very upfront with stuff. Like it was very much. I never hid anything or anything. It was just more so like, what am I supposed to do? Whether you're a man or a woman, what is anybody supposed to do if someone has feelings but they never share them? But yet from your side, exactly.
There's nothing for you to do.
Exactly.
Like
She
you
doesn't get it. She's a Capricorn.
Shut up. But like seriously though, like what was I supposed to do? So basically his feelings were hurt, and he was hurt to a point to where like you didn't even want to be friends with me anymore, but never communicated anything to me. So I feel, so I did feel bad about it, but also I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
So then literally after that, I had made it a policy. I'm like, look, if there's any feelings or whatever, like I just need to fucking know because I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to freaking catch it.
It's always funny when you tell them that, but
they still don't. Then I don't have no remorse.
So you find out from like a friend or something.
Yeah, no, I have no remorse for you. All right, Matt.
I might express my feelings. I feel like you are late all the fucking time. Stop doing that.
I express this constantly, so
I try my best. Okay? I have had a very, very busy, hard freaking 2 months, okay? And, you know, I tried to be here at 2 o'clock. I did.
but secretly
really
she's
did.
been late even before that. So
I could wake
Have a
up
good
2
night.
hours
I think last time you came, you wasn't an hour and a half late, but you were like
We were
30
still late.
minutes,
We were
30
still
minutes,
late.
40 minutes late last time. This was the worst.
My
This was the worst
feelings.
of
I
everything.
try my best.
you stop faking.
Really.
Yes. All right, Matt.
All right,
Tell us. Have you ever
so
broken someone's heart?
My story is gonna be way shorter. It involved a stalker too, but yeah,
What's up with
it.
you light skins and stalkers?
I don't know.
I have no fucking idea, but the shit was
Racist
fucking
for
weird
some
too.
reason.
Because like the girl,
Light skins.
the girl
Light-skinned
was
and
like
stalkers.
Wiccan, which I didn't
Wiccan?
know about it either. Because
Why does it sound like some Salem shit?
it is, because
It
she's
is. That
like,
sounds kinky.
I thought that was a gray hair. I wanted to pull it off, but
I have a gray hair. It's right here.
What's
Well,
her
that
name?
one wasn't.
But yeah, so like
What's her
she
name?
was a witch.
She was a witch.
Yes,
for
which
real?
is a Wiccan. Yes, she was a witch, and
love
that
it.
was her religious
I love
beliefs
it
and
already.
everything. And so like this was back when I was working in Walmart at the like automotive department, and so the girl that I had a crush on at the time, her friend, which was the stalker, she got upset that I liked her friend, and so she would always come to my job and she would just stare, and I always knew she was there because
Staring.
I could like, because there was
She was there.
yes, because there was an aisle right across from where the register was, and so she would stand at the end of the aisle, and I'm like helping a customer, and I would feel like this energy, like I don't know what it was, and then I look over and I'd see her move quick.
Brown skin.
I cannot.
Was she
She-
darker brown skin?
Yeah, she was brown skin. Yes, she would move really quickly, and so I'm like, this heifer is here. I know she is, and so I would finish up my customer, and I'd be like, hey, can you watch the counter for a second? And then I'd be like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, I wanted to come see you. I was like, how did you know I work here to begin with? And she was like, oh, well, I asked my friend, and I was like, I have some conversations to have. And so she would constantly come to the job, and so eventually it got to the point where I told security not to let her into the store, and she would wait outside. And my friend, one of my friends, he would always have like game parties and stuff, so we would go and we'd hang out and everything. Somehow she like ingratiated herself with them so she could be at the parties, and I'm like, I have no safe spaces, like where can I go from here? So it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to call the cops and have them do a restraining order.
He legit be real extreme. He'll go from 0 to 1,000.
Like, it was frustrating me. I'm like, I will
Instead
do
of
this.
having a conversation, I'm gonna call the cops on your way.
Yes, that was literally what it was. I was like, I'm gonna call the cops. Like, I'm gonna get a restraining order on you, and I will have you in jail because I can't have you coming to my job bothering me. I can't have you coming to like my safe spaces and bugging the hell out of me. And like, she started crying. I was like, you know what? I just don't have the fucks to give anymore about your feelings.
Wow.
So yeah,
No fucks to give.
0.
and that was it.
Alright. Geo.
I've never
This about to be some savage ass shit.
Well, let me zoom in.
I've never intentionally broken a heart because I care
Geo's
about
like,
any
"This bitch gave me a kidney,
any
but I still
woman.
love her."
Any woman I've ever had sex with, I care about to a degree. To this day, like if we've ever bonded on that, like that, like that's like you my dog. Like if a girl I had sex with were to call me, text me, be like, hey, I got a flat tire, whatever. If I'm close enough and I can help, I'll do it. Like hearts have been broken, but it's not like I can't do nothing about that because it's never.
But that is how. Because so this and this, and I'm sure there's all three of these guys. I can kind of, I can see, I have seen firsthand of how things happen. And what it is that when attractive men are genuinely nice,
Mm.
it is, and like genuinely, wholeheartedly, like
Just being a nice
just
guy.
being nice people. It is, black
for
women are so mistreated on such a regular occasion to
You're
where
right.
Ooh, child.
when someone is nice to us,
Mm.
like we see that as something more. We see that it's just like, oh, I must be special, you know. And so if I'm special, this person must be treating me special. And so, you know, then you start to think,
formulate this whole
start internalizing
yes.
this.
But it comes from an experience thing. So like, you know, while all these men are just kind of doing their normal nice thing because that's either how they're raised or they just who they are,
right?
To someone who's been through shit and hell and has never
just
had
a conceited woman,
who has never had a good feeling, they internalize that as, I'm special. He must want me. He's going above and beyond. And it's a sad freaking thing to kind of come to a realization.
It is
but that's
sad.
not their fault.
Continue.
But that's not their fault.
I mean, it's not, I don't blame them. Like, what usually...
No, when I say their fault, I mean it's not y'all fault.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
mean, it's not their fault.
It's my fault. I'm too nice.
I don't blame them. It's not their fault either. What usually ends up happening...
I just gotta be an asshole.
Nice.
This nigga's not nice. I want y'all to make sure y'all look in the camera too. This nigga not nice.
Nice. What are you talking about?
Look, I just gotta be an ass. That's what it is. Stop being nice.
What usually ends up happening
bored.
is there's a separation period.
Okay.
Like where they got like, cause they feel like their feelings are incredibly intense at the time when you thought that it was something that it wasn't, or you were hoping it to like it was going to be something that it wasn't
So it's
going
the
to
assumptions that fucked them up.
be. Yeah, and then like, and so emotions are running high at that point, and so they're angry. And they tend to separate right there. I was telling him about that because he was going through something recently, and I was like, "Bro, don't even trip." I can tell when this response they're upset right now, and they're not necessarily. But then I mean, eventually, like they'll calm down. They'll do like they may go on 2-3 dates and experience what it's like with how niggas really are.
Yeah, they come back.
They're like, I mean, it's like just because you can't
they have to date a couple of more nice people to realize that, like, oh hey, not everyone's an asshole.
Yeah.
And but
we gotta
y'all just get them when you're their first experience.
Yeah, but y'all gotta realize the dating pool out here is really some. It's
trust me, I've been in this.
trash.
I've never dated. I don't know.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna
You
get
know
the
what?
I think you know the definition of you never dated.
I've never dated.
What's your definition?
Drunkiversary. We'll be back.
Yeah, like wait.
I'm gonna
wait.
sit
Yeah,
down on
I think you
that
can go
note.
ahead definition.
Yeah, we
I've
need
never
that.
dated.
I think my issue was. Oh, you want to go first?
No, go ahead. I'll go last.
I think my issue was when I started dating women, and like it was like. Shut up.
But he was dating men before that. But he was dating men before.
The way it sounded was wild. The way I said it was
Did you not see everyone's expression change?
No.
Like that shit's on camera.
No. Okay. So I meant it like, you know, I'm a relationship type person, so I'm in relationships for like long periods of time.
Same.
So when I started dating, it was just like I wanted to be a hoe. And I couldn't be a hoe
You didn't know
because
how to be a hoe.
not necessarily that, it's because they'll meet me.
Yep, same. It did not work.
Hold on, let him finish.
No, it's like meeting when they meet me, or you know, because I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Nice.
work out something where we can just
Shot.
have fun with each other, right? They want a relationship, baby and kid, because I'm nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
So
Yes.
no, I ran into that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time.
oh,
It was,
just
I
a-
even told V. For
Not
some
just a
reason,
relationship. They wanted the whole
They
package.
wanted the commitment.
bro, I told V. For some reason, when I start dating women, they find Jesus. I'm
Damn.
not even going. Bro, they want to go to abstinence. I'm
He got
gonna get
that
married. I want to have kids. They find fucking Jesus. And I'm like, I don't want you. I wanted you before you found Jesus. Like, so I dealt with that.
I wanted the pre-Jesus
So it was a
season.
struggle of like trying to find your inner hoe, but like because
I'm
it's so
naturally nice. That's my
you
nature.
you met the hoes and they were like, I'm ready to stop being a hoe and settle down.
Yep.
That's a dead ass. Like, and I hated that. And
That's terrible.
I dealt with that a lot.
I mean, that's not terrible, but
That is.
it's good. I mean, it's good for them,
I mean, it
but
sucks.
it's just not what
Yeah.
you
That's
It's
terrible.
not what you were
Myself.
looking for.
Because if you're naturally a good guy like you guys, like, yo, I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just
Yeah,
being
just
me.
being myself, and it's being.
And you're like, oh, I'm about to lock this down. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I like to hoe you. Like, why you want to lock this down? Like,
You're like, I was in my whole phase, so that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, that's good for you and all, but that's not
Yeah.
for me
Yeah.
at this moment.
Even if it got to the point where she can be totally the wrong one, but she's like trying to trap you.
Yeah.
See? Like I had the whole poking holes and condoms and like I had all that like try to trap you like oh you're actually a good guy. I'm about to get you.
I mean, I think girls experience the same thing because I've definitely experienced the one like, well, you know, hey, you know, you could definitely be the mother of my kids, blah blah. And I'm like,
that's a weird conversation. Like who says that?
Niggas are wild though. Niggas will identify a woman and be like, she'll be a good mom.
Yeah.
And I know niggas who'll be like, she'll be a good single mom.
Yeah. I've heard that too. I've heard that.
well, that has not happened to me. I've usually been told like, oh yeah, I want to marry you, I want to do this, and I'm just kind of like,
I don't want none of that.
Oh, let's take a pause right now, real quick. Geo, you supposed to open up this bottle of champagne.
We gotta do some shots.
Oh, so nice.
You want to take a
Open
break?
up this bottle.
what are we gonna cheers to? Being
Two.
not being a but being a nice
Well, I was
person.
opening it up. I can tell my story. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, please tell your story.
I think I'm the only one who purposely did break people's hearts.
Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah,
What a dick.
I didn't give a fuck.
such an asshole.
Such an asshole. I think it's because I was such a late bloomer. So when I came, I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 19, and I went to an all.
State.
I was 20.
Same.
Yeah, so I was like, I went to an all white school.
Yeah, I was 20.
Yeah.
We all.
Can I finish?
Come with me.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I thought I was late at 17.
See?
I mean, but that's
so
a stereotype for men, right? That you should have lost it.
No, you're
whatever.
not.
I mean, I've been lying since I was 15.
But no, I went to an all-white, predominantly white school at first, for my first year of college at IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And then I came to Bowie
Sounds
State.
white.
It does sound white.
Indiana University at Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. It's literally an hour away from Pittsburgh University.
Oh,
It's out in the mountains. And it was like 17,000. It was 17,000 white students and only 1,200 black students.
Damn.
Sounds
And then if you take away all the athletes, you're down to like 500 black students.
Damn.
So you can only imagine the data pool. Everyone's fucking everyone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is not. I don't know. I was like,
Not the life you
it wasn't a life for me. I was like, oh, I don't know. I had that mentality. I'm gonna meet the love of my dreams in college, and we're gonna. I don't know, just childish shit. So then I came to Bowie State. I lost my virginity before I went to Bowie State.
Shit got real. You can't just.
Fuck up.
2008 was like the most
Good
craziest.
bubble.
Thank
Good bubble.
you.
Good bubble.
Everybody ready? Y'all want some? 2008 was a very savage year for me. That's just one of my savage years.
Ah, she was breaking hearts.
I didn't have a car, and everyone in Bowie State was like either they was like commuters, like major commuters out here.
A shot of champagne.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm gonna make a baby mimosa. Shut up. I'm gonna make a baby mimosa.
And,
That brings up even more concern.
Yeah, I will admit I used a lot of nice guys for rides.
And dinners.
Wait, you
And
said
dinners.
you used?
I used, yeah. I didn't have a car,
Rides
so
and
they
dinners.
would. I would say with guys because niggas had Infinities out here. They was out here.
I thought that was
We're
a myth.
affinities.
I didn't
Hold
know
up.
the women were actually
back
going
then,
out with
She
niggas
went from
for
Philly
food.
to meeting like PG niggas.
I went from fit niggas,
it's
thug
a
ass
little
niggas.
different.
It's a big ass difference.
Their parents were rich. They had the government money. It was.
They got their daddy old car.
I was meeting thug
Like,
niggas.
oh, I had this.
Mind you, I was doing census for 2010, right? When I was at Bowie State.
I did census too.
Yeah, I did census. You know, that's when you had to knock on people's doors and do the actual paper application.
Yep.
I'm on the
Yeah.
tablet when they just did 2020.
Sure, yeah.
And then, fuck you.
Fuck you. Yes, definitely fuck you.
So I'm growing up in a house in Woodmore, North or some
God,
shit.
yeah.
And the nigga rolled up in a Impala, all blacked out, fucking windows, got the rims and shit. I'm like, oh, who about to fucking step out? It's a nigga in my criminology class. And I'm like, nigga, what you doing? Are you about to rob the place? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And he's like, no, this is my people's place. So you visiting? He's like, no, I live here. I was like, all right, do this fucking. I'm like, nigga, you in my head, I'm like, yo, you portraying that you like this stuff.
Everybody in this.
You know,
area was like,
dreadlocks, you know, Black Miles, all the whole block. I'm like, yo, you selling it.
You sit in the
He moving
suburban.
weight.
And moving, like you moving shit, and you like what? So yeah, I definitely used a lot of niggas back there, broke a lot of hearts to this dirt. Yeah, it's just interesting.
So I just now recently just realized just by this conversation, we have different definitions of what a late bloomer is.
Okay.
Cause like,
I feel like some people
one,
having
I
sex-
just discovered that I lost my virginity at the youngest in this group right now, but yet I'm pretty sure, I'm almost probably positively sure, I have the lowest count.
Body
in this
count?
No, you don't. I do.
Probably. I mean,
Actually, technically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said,
Body count.
why should you church back? Bless your heart.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah. Go, keep on keeping on. Like, damn.
This pussy out here.
Like,
It's a
okay.
plethora.
Alrighty then.
Nah, we're
I
not
don't
gonna
care.
We're not gonna pussy shame.
Right. So
It
yeah.
ain't no
that's
shame.
why I'm
I'm
like,
selective.
that's why I'm like, cause I really felt I was a late bloomer, but I'm like, okay, you consider a late bloomer.
I mean, well, you gotta remember, I'm from North Philly. There were people that were fucking pregnant in fucking 9th grade.
Right.
Okay.
You know, like I've come from an environment that's a little bit different. So you lucky, you holding a baby on your hip, walking across, getting your diploma and shit. Like what? Like
Yeah.
I like-
I know people was fucking in middle school.
But
Yeah.
look,
they're like,
Yeah,
I would
here,
say
I mean, here,
absolute
it was the
niggas
same, really
fucking-
anywhere. Because even here with the area that
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Yeah.
we've had
It's
people.
So
that-
I felt like everybody was, at least in my opinion, I felt like everybody was fucking but me. I was
Yeah.
a church girl wearing
My-
dresses.
Hey, girl.
To my fucking
Exactly. My
ankles.
father's a deacon, so.
I came from the Bible
But the
Belt.
church girls was fucking the most. Like that's
Nah,
you are the first church girl in history to lose her virginity and.
Like, yes and no, because the church I went to, yes, everyone else was doing stuff except for me and this one other girl. So we were just kind of like, what's happening?
Y'all beat the odds.
Honestly, I feel like it was depending on the parents
Nah.
because I feel like the stricter
Bro.
the parents were, the more a little bit more loose the kids were.
Nah.
Like my mom was
Nah.
strict, but it was a little bit of flow of it. But you know, you gotta have a little bit of free range. But
See,
one,
Let me talk on
wish,
that.
I
because
feel like
my
they had to
mom
break
thought
up.
I was a freaking
Alright, so
whore and
it
treated
is
me as
5
one, and I
o'clock.
wasn't
Yeah.
even
I was
there.
supposed to be at work at 5.
Oh shit.
Oh, bro, you got
I had a
to
4 o'clock alarm, but apparently didn't go off.
Oh lord.
So do what you gotta do.
I would have hit out.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. I thought you were off today. That's what
Yeah.
we asked.
No, I got asked this morning to come in at 5 o'clock, but
And you said yes
I
instead
have
of saying no.
I have a 3, 4, and 5 o'clock that goes off Saturday and
Wait,
Sunday.
so you're not really
Look,
supposed to be on
look,
the clock.
yeah.
They
So,
asked
look,
you. You said
I had a midnight shift and we went out to the thing and I came home and I was like, I forgot to set my alarm. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to be to work
Did y'all
at
do y'all
midnight.
shots on here?
Oh, no, we did not get on.
Before you go,
Do a
I'm
shot
not gonna
before
get
you
you
go.
too fucked up because you didn't even
Right.
tell us. You got here
Right.
first. Why didn't you tell us?
All right.
Because
He did.
He did, he said.
He told me.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear it tell me.
But
I
it's
just
all
thought you
good.
done bump.
No, because I have alarm set. I know it should have went off.
So-
So the question is why did it not?
Before you leave,
Because
you
you were
let the audience know where they can follow you at, find you at, what you got going on.
Look, I'm the Ice Cream Kid on IG, whatever you want to find me. Instagram, Ice Cream Kid. Facebook, Andrew Theodore Martin. It's my full name.
There's a 13.
Ice Cream Kid 13. There you go.
Hey,
So
And I'm
yeah.
gonna tag you in it, so y'all can
And-
follow.
And he's now a model.
Man,
For those who missed his modeling debut at the Smithsonian, for the
Yes.
Fashion Runway
If
Show
you're
with
acquiring-
HBO and the Hype and Jack Mizrahi,
whatever.
like he's a big,
What was the line
big
you walked
deal.
for?
Phenotype setter.
Yeah, Pino
There you
takes
go.
that.
From
phenotype
the
There you go.
That's awesome.
It's a mouthful, but yes, good fashion.
He's a model and he loves ice cream. You know, he's single.
that's how you get into his heart.
And
Give him some
Magnum.
Magnum ice
I'm about to say
cream.
Magnum. So
Magnum
And
ice
if you're confused, just bring both. I'm
Yeah,
sure it'll be
just
a
bring
part
both.
regardless.
If you want to get, if you want to get his attention, send him some anal photos.
Yes, gotta send
I'm
that
not gonna
starfish.
say
Anal.
Anal? What's anal?
No!
Luminous.
No, do not do that.
It was the way I
Do
said
not do that.
I'm just
Please.
joking. I was just joking.
No,
Alright,
I've
be
gotten
safe.
my one.
And he will be tagged in all of this, so yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So,
Drop
if
them
you have any
starfish
inquiries,
DMs.
follow any of these people here.
Drop those
Comment.
balloon knots.
Send the messages.
He said balloon knot.
Feel free to slide into his DMs or ours. We will make
Yes.
sure he gets them.
Yes, we'll make
Yeah.
sure he gets
Because
those.
I legit have friends who that's happened over plenty of years. It's like, oh, I can't tell you. It's like, what good are you?
Valid.
So, if you slide into their DMs, they will tell me. Or if you're bold enough, slide in mine. We'll have a face-to-face conversation if you're ready for that.
Okay.
Oh.
If you're ready for
I
that,
know, a lot of women aren't. I've tried and just like, they're useless.
not you. Okay, all right. We're gonna cut you off right there.
All right, yep, this is
I say as far as useless because you have the audacity to come to my friends, but not so much like strike up a conversation.
Yes, that's
I'm
nervous.
about to keep you here another hour. Stop.
Right.
You can legit
Send the
say,
pictures to
hey,
me
you
and
can
I'll
at least do
approve.
that. No, I've experienced that for like since high school. So if you have the audacity to come to my friends, the least you can do is just come to me and say, hey.
That is on that.
Literally just say, hey. Start up a regular conversation. Hey, hi, how are you? That's all you gotta do. I will take it from there.
That's tough for some people.
Yeah.
That is.
It is.
It is.
I used to be a very shy person. I broke out of that.
I still am if I'm not like lit.
I don't.
Same. Same.
I'm very social. They used to call me the mayor at PG because I knew everybody. So.
Oh, okay, so all the more reason why you should understand. I'm like, oh, well, I kind of think the mayor at this college is really cute. I'm really shy.
Yep, exactly.
It's the voice for me.
Look,
Mr. Popular.
It's the voice.
Yeah,
This
Mr. Popular.
This is how it goes. If that's the case, they come to anybody. I'll be bold enough to walk up to you and just go there.
I think it's just me.
You don't have to do anything. I can do all that.
I'm the bold
I'll
one.
say that if you go up to them and they still acting, then it's like, all right, you are like.
Exactly. And that's happened.
But I feel like B's bold is different.
I'm bold as fuck. I don't know.
It's like, yo,
it's like that's
you bold, nigga. Give me your number, my nigga.
I missed out so many opportunities
Drop your
to
drawers,
like
nigga.
have dating experiences.
That's
because
ridiculous.
I'm so freaking shy.
Same.
I think it's people's personalities though.
Yeah.
I am completely oblivious.
I'm not.
Someone can be flirting with me and I will
really
not
could
see
just
it.
be chill about it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, hi, how are you? Just have regular conversation or small talk and then just keep moving and just periodically, hey, what's up? How are you? You know, just how your day?
Yeah.
Just keep there until they feel comfortable enough to go from there.
Escalate.
Yeah.
You better get the word.
Yes.
I see it. I see it.
Get out.
I mean, you just
Right.
have
At this point.
weren't on a calendar.
So just call out.
You weren't on
I'm a
the
bad
schedule.
influence.
I will.
So you
But
weren't.
the call time was
We
like
should have
16
took the
or
shift
something.
anyway. But he don't.
Right.
Yeah.
He don't know
Right.
how to
So
podcast
technically
goes.
I told him don't answer the call.
Well, the way I told him was like the way the conversation went, like, hey, there's a meet and greet tomorrow today at 5 p.m. You're going to be there. It wasn't a question. It wasn't an offer. It was pretty much a demand.
Then I would definitely not go. Niggas
Right.
suck my left toe because like fuck that shit.
I was already on schedule for like 6:15 or 7:15. So either way,
For an hour?
Wait for an hour.
The meet and greet, yeah.
So wait,
So you're going in for an hour.
No, that's just
No,
what time
like
it
the
starts.
thing is like
Oh.
the meeting is an
Starts.
event after that he's working.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So next time when I say, "Are you
Early.
free this day?" Make sure that you're free this day.
Well, I didn't have to be at work until like 6:15 or 7:15, so I had plenty of info.
So just blame it on me because I was late and we started.
Oh no, we've
everything
been
late.
blaming on you. That was the first thing. The first thing we did was blaming on
Cheers
you.
to you all.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers.
Maybe next time you'll be
Cheers.
free all day and enjoy.
Oh, even if I had to work, I still would have came.
Yeah. Clearly today it's an example.
That just means that he has to come back.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently he got some crazy stories we all need to hear.
First of all,
I still need to hear about the anal part. Like I didn't feel like.
It's a no.
You got the gist of it.
No.
You got the gist of that.
I know. Yes, the anal part.
I had some drink
I
in
wish
my mouth,
many
but I'm
more
trying to
anal
talk. It ain't
stories.
working.
You're
More
such a church
anal.
girl, yo. What the fuck is
Sometimes.
Those stories. I have stories for days.
Should we take a break?
So if you want
Oh,
to
you wanna-
story,
Do you need to take a break?
No.
Go ahead, we can take a break.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
pause
we can
it.
take a
Alright,
break
we'll
so he
take a
can
break.
escape.
Yeah, and we'll be back.
we'll be back
Minus
after
one.
these
Alright.
commercials.
And we're back.
Hey guys, we're Drunk with Friends. We're back from a very long.
And our guest stayed.
Hand clap for Andrew staying, guys.
Call out for him losing money.
It's okay. I gave more money than the rest.
Round of applause for everybody that calls out of work for
Right.
Amen. Because fuck him.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that Geo gets to work tonight.
Yeah, no, I will be at work.
I was thinking shots.
We'll make
What
sure.
we doing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got the shots. Oh shit.
We
Forgot
ready
about
shot.
I was ready.
We never.
Right.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to calling out work and
Right.
And working and getting the bread.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Shots
Don't be no punk.
Shots don't get easy.
So
I'll still
smooth.
take 'em.
They're always easier.
I drink my liquor straight
Oh, okay.
most of the time.
I mean, we introduced y'all to Jameson Orange, so of course.
That
I
shit
know, but I've
good.
had James the Orange before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's my
Yes.
first time having that.
They introduced
You like
me to
it?
James Orange, changed my life.
Yeah.
Here I am. I will provide testimonials on this day.
Here on the Drunk
May
Anniversary.
14th on Drunk with Friends, my life will never be the same.
So Jay, you gotta be careful. One day you're gonna be at home with a whole bottle and you look up and it's gone and you're like, yo, what the
I know. That's when you like friends over
When you
like,
seeing
you
it
drink-
sideways.
I legitimately have friends like if they open the bottle, they will text me or call me like, oh, I opened the bottle, so we gonna finish it. Like,
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
friends like
Alright,
that.
so I'm off.
They're
so I'm
alcoholics.
coming
Yep.
up.
Sure.
All right.
Want a Cracker Jack?
No, thank you, honey. All right, so I'm gonna read this out loud, and I'm gonna go backwards this time to see everyone's opinion.
Okay.
So it reads: this idea that toxic people give the best sex is really coming from a warped perspective, if you ask me. You're being deprived of love, respect, and kindness regularly. Of course, you're gonna think the sex is bomb. It's the only form of intimacy they're giving you that's positive. We're going backwards.
No, I have a question.
What's up?
What is your definition of toxic sex?
That's a good question.
Sex from a
That
toxic
doesn't
person.
it doesn't say toxic sex,
So
it's
a
toxic
toxic
people.
person.
Yeah, sex
It
from a
says
toxic person.
this idea, I'll read it again for you.
Oh, no. That's very specific. So
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. This idea that toxic people give the best sex is really coming from a warped perspective, if you ask me. You're being deprived of love, respect, and kindness regularly. Of course, you're going to think the sex is bomb. It's the only form of intimacy they're giving you that's positive. So, how do we feel about this?
I go first.
Mr.
Yeah.
She said
James,
reverse.
No.
So yes.
Mr. Willis.
So I agree. I don't know. The sex just hit different when she got multiple kids, multiple baby daddies, and Mike Stabby. It just hits a little bit different. I'm speaking my truth.
I think it's also
It hit
because it was already good before she had the kids, and just like
But you're assuming
Well,
that
she
he
had
had
the
kids. But you're assuming that he did
Different.
before the kids.
So question.
no, I'm not.
If she's toxic, does that
It
mean
just
she
hit
trapped you?
Nah,
Yeah,
I might be.
I mean, because that's a toxic person.
yeah.
I had
They
to get
purposely
trapped.
trapped you.
That's why she got all them
It's
kids.
levels to toxicity.
Yeah, there's levels
there are
to it.
levels.
She might slap you. She might cuss you out for some random stuff. She might threaten to beat up your girlfriend.
Slap me.
Like,
Might threaten to beat up your
you
girlfriend.
don't know. These
Wait a second.
Right.
toxic
Why are you?
women.
Okay. All
There
right.
be some segues here that I'm just
But
like.
toxic could be their circumstance to the fact that like when they are engaging in sexual activity with you, they just don't care about you. They just want to get it off, do what they gotta do, and roll out and leave.
I like that. Treat me like a
That's a different kind of toxic.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
The same thing men do to
boss.
women a lot. Women can do it to men.
Women do.
That's
so
true.
I do have a.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the whole.
Say that story.
I feel, right. I feel like it's bomb. Toxic sex is bomb, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest for the people who don't want to be honest, because it's something. It's always exciting when you're not supposed to be doing it. That's why people fuck on elevators or they
Yeah.
fuck in like swimming pools, because it's a thrill.
Or
So,
at
like,
the theater at church.
Yeah, whatever.
Is that considered toxic sex?
No, listen,
not.
listen. I'm not talking about toxic
No,
sex.
no. Well,
I'm doing
you
it-
said it, so that's what she's asking.
She's talking about doing things that you shouldn't be doing.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it exciting, because it's you know you're wrong for fucking this man that's married. You know you're wrong for fucking this man while he's married, while his child is on the swing or the park. It's exciting. It's a thrill to fuck this person.
So very
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I said. That's extreme.
Shut the fuck up.
He was on the
No.
Speaking from experience.
Keep going.
I'm an angel. I'm just saying. No, seriously. It's the thrill, which makes the toxic sex really like, oh, I can't wait. This nigga's cheating on me, but I believe him, and it makes it more better because you're pushing through.
It's exhilarating.
It's exhilarating, and that's why I believe that. That's why it's people put in a connotation of it's so good, because it's so good. Like, remember when y'all were 18 or maybe 17, you got your first Smirnoff, or y'all didn't drink early.
My first drink was 20.
Like I said,
My first
I thought I was going pro in baseball, so I did not drink or smoke in high school.
But okay, so that's
drink
you.
was 12.
My first drink
Okay,
was 20.
so if you ever drink, I remember my first drink was like a Smirnoff, right? Something that's 5%, which is something slight. But you did it with your older cousins or whatever that you drink, and you was like, it was a thrill, even though you probably wasn't even buzzed or anything. It was just the thrill of knowing that you're not allowed
You doing
to.
something
You probably
But
definitely
you're
were
doing
drunk.
it anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what makes the whole situation more exhilarating than what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like, you already know this nigga ain't shit.
That's a
Or
good
this woman ain't
viewpoint.
shit.
That's a good
You
viewpoint.
know what I'm saying? It's like, you know this person ain't shit. You know there ain't nothing coming out of it, but it's so fun to
She's like, oh my
do.
gosh, this person cares about me for the 3 hours
Oh, we're-
that we're here.
Yeah.
Like, alright.
45 minutes that you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
45 minutes?
I'm just saying.
I mean, when you're younger,
That's
you
a
get that
lot.
crush. Yeah.
I can't speak to that because I've never had toxic sex before.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm
All
not.
my sex is amazing.
So the thing is, I want you to
Are you a toxic
disassociate.
person?
I'm saying this is
I've been accused.
He's the toxic one.
I've been accused of such, but not really.
But that's what I'm saying. Disassociate toxic sex because they're in this example they're saying that the sex is the positive thing of.
But the person is toxic.
But the person is toxic. That's what I'm.
I mean.
Does that go on when you know the nigga ain't shit, but you still?
I don't think it hit harder because they were toxic because I didn't realize that they were toxic while I was fucking them, and once I found out they were toxic, I stopped fucking
or
them.
you knew, you just were like, well, they're not toxic to me, so it doesn't matter.
No, I did not know that they were toxic. I did not know she was toxic.
Now it became specific. He said she. I did not know she was toxic.
I did not know she was toxic.
I mean, he only
seem like he don't female.
Now the group knows who he's talking about.
I did not know she was toxic.
They don't know who she is.
At least he didn't start out what.
The moment I found out she was toxic, I stopped fucking her.
He
so
said, I
wasn't in it for the
had
thrills.
toxic sex. Oh, you
I
definitely
clearly
did.
wasn't in it for the thrills because I haven't been back since. So
To this day.
it ain't that.
Everyone's experience is different. But that's what I'm saying. I wanted to disassociate toxic sex and then toxic person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people are toxic. Let's bring it back to a different level.
Okay.
Friendships. There are toxic friends.
Yeah.
But people stay around. Let's say, for example, you're not. Let's say Rose is a toxic person. But we stay around her because she throws elaborate like events. She's a singer.
You're getting something out of it.
You're getting something out of it. But my thing is, you're not staying because she's a good person.
Like her, yeah.
You generally like her. She's a good person. It's because of what did it say? You're being deprived of the love and respect of other friends or the kindness of other friends. So you're taking this person who you know is toxic, and you're using that as their only positive form of intimacy from a friend because you don't have no other friends that show that.
I'm a bad podcast guest because I don't have those problems.
You're a bad podcast.
I'm a bad podcast guest because I don't have these problems. Like I don't all of my friends are I only commune with like genuine people that I like tell like I mean if I find out that you're not eventually then it's like
but it's not just friends though like she's
I was just giving a different alternative.
I mean even like, people that I have sex with like they all cool as fuck
until you find out they're not but here's the thing
but all along
wait a minute until you find out they were not they were always toxic.
Thank you.
You just found out late and then when you found out late and then you realize then it's just like
you were having toxic sex you just didn't know it.
Because really the essence is just that they played you for a while and then when you finally found out then you were like okay well now I have to rethink things and how I'm gonna move. You know, but the essence is that
I mean, I don't need to rethink things. It's just I just move.
Toxic.
Like I don't regret nothing I ever did. Like I never I never regret anything. If I'm a genuine person to someone and they do me dirty, like I don't regret being a genuine person to someone that did me dirty. I did what I should have done and they fucked it up, and that's on them. Like, but I don't never be like, man, I wish I hadn't done. No, I mean.
So sorry to go back. So do you feel like that you never making me wrong move? Because everything you said is like I'm positive I'm not the problem. I'm positive that I didn't do anything wrong. I'm positive this. So is there ever been a point in your life where you're like, yo, I fucked up. I did something. Because everything I've heard from you on this podcast, you have not taken no accountability. And I'm not coming at you to be rude. I'm just from everything that's been said.
Hearing it back, it does sound.
That's a good question.
It does sound real like.
He has some things to think about.
I mean, I understand some people really come in your life and they're fucked up. But there's sometimes where you gotta be like, yo, I was wrong. And I can understand how my actions impacted your actions to do what you did.
I don't be wrong.
There we go.
No, I don't be wrong. That's not. I'm not. That wasn't.
Like,
I was not misspeaking. I don't.
That is the most light-skinned thing ever.
I don't be wrong. However,
let him speak.
I understand how like.
Well, it could be misconstrued.
How things went, and like people feel a certain way. They get attached. Things go so like.
Right.
Like I said, all the people like when I have those moments where people they get upset, like women, and then like a year to whatever, like we're cool again. Like they've been able to like separate from the situation, how it happened, go out, date, learn other people, get over that initial feeling of it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was, and then you realize what it was the whole time. You just wanted it to be more. And when you realized it wasn't more, it was a problem for you. Like, and you felt some type of way. You were mad at me for that. And I mean, I understand that.
There you go,
I get that.
fucked up.
And then eventually, once they've like gone on and done what they've had to do and come back, it's like, I mean, yeah, it was like you didn't do. I didn't do anything wrong.
This whole explanation you've been talking about other
No,
men.
I don't want it.
I'm talking about
Because I don't get me. I've never had I've never had that where some shit happened
this whole. Do you realize what I'm saying? Like your whole explanation was like they've gotten it wrong for whatever.
because I've never
They've
had a
gotten
problem.
this,
I've never
they've
had a
gotten
problem
this.
with anyone. Like there's never been a relationship where it's like I have a problem with someone. Like I've never like.
So they've all had problems with you.
Like the last girlfriend that I had, every single argument we had, she started. I don't start arguments. I have nothing to argue about. What we arguing about? Like,
But
I would say that there has been some things to where you should have handled things differently, but you didn't because you felt that you did nothing wrong, which happens a lot.
but I didn't do anything wrong.
that's part of the problem.
No, but we're not going to.
I get-
I'm not going to do that.
Right, well, yeah,
I'm not going to do
I
that
get
on
it.
this show.
Right.
But I was
It's
just
fine.
asking. I'm just
Yeah.
asking because I was hearing the words and I was like, I hear you say like everyone else.
They.
Yeah, I've heard other things. I'm like, okay, well, I can acknowledge, like, for instance, me example. I can acknowledge the first 2 years of my relationship, I was a problem. I knew that I had insecurities. I knew that I started arguments. I know that I had issues. But on the flip hand, I'm like, the nigga stayed. So, just being a nigga. But I can acknowledge my faults in a situation.
So
That's what I'm saying.
the type of relationships I had, the last girlfriend I had, like I gave her the password to my phone because I had nothing to hide.
But
Like all of the arguments that got started because of a girl who I dated before her used to like kind of try and antagonize her, do whatever on social media, and I'm like, bro, first of all, I can't do nothing about that. Like I can't. She a grown woman. I can't tell somebody what they can and can't post on the internet. That's their business. I gave you the password to my phone. I felt disrespected every time you would come over to my house and the first thing you did was go to my phone and look at it. Like I don't have nothing to like. And it's like I don't have nothing to have with that. But you start arguments over her because of cause she's cool with my friends and my family. I'm not about to tell my mom, oh, don't talk to her no more. Cause we didn't have a problem. Like we didn't end on bad terms. I don't end me on my end. I've never ended. If someone ends on bad terms with me, it's one sided. I don't end on bad terms with anyone because I don't have a problem with you. That's what I'm saying. I can't speak for them. For me, I don't have a problem with anyone who I like this one person.
So to end with you, so you feel like any situation in your life so far, you feel like there was no point where you were in the wrong?
Wrong? No.
Okay. All right, Everette. Sorry, Everette. Your turn.
So I'm gonna come at this from the emotional aspect of it because, like you were saying, the sex is amazing because of that person being toxic. But I think the fact of that person being toxic is kind of part of the issue because those toxic people are looking for those connections, and one of the connections that is the most intimate and the closest that they can have to somebody is through sex. So they focus a lot of their energy and a lot of their what's the word I'm thinking of? A lot of their expertise or time and honing on what they're doing during sex. So like they try to have sex as best as they can, and they end up having better sex, but it's kind of that. Yeah. And so it makes sense that sex would be better with a toxic person because that's their only intimate connection that they can truly make with someone.
True.
So
I respect that. I respect that.
I wouldn't say the sex was better, but more so my mind would be trained to not think about certain things because of of who this person was and what level we were at. It was like, okay, with you, which I don't have a whole lot of experiences, but I did go through a small phase where I was just like, oh well, I want to try, I want to try to not to just be with people and not be super attached and have relationships and stuff. And so with that, I found myself more so being like, okay, cool, we would have some fun, dope, amazing sex because I told myself it was going to be dope and amazing because there was nothing else I could expect from this person.
Right.
So even if I didn't really have much fun with it, I told myself, I was like, okay, well, this had to be great, right? This was, you know,
This was fun because it was supposed to be fun.
Right, it was fun because it was supposed to be fun. You know, you kind of make the best of it, but then it's not until you really feel and experience intimate connections that are on multiple levels outside of the toxicity, to where you're like, oh shit, this is amazing too. You know, this is better than what I had with the toxic sex, because I was able to think more so about me and what I want versus pleasing somebody else.
Gotcha.
Because of their toxicity, all they wanted was, you know, you're in this little bubble.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, let's see.
And to the Drew. That's my nephew's name.
Ice cream.
Bars.
Ice cream. So,
It's like an ice cream is killing me.
Yep. Ice cream.
I mean, ice cream bars are amazing. So, but toxic sex. Nah, I would toss that to the side personally for me.
Again, it's toxic person.
Yeah.
A toxic person will still have toxic sex.
So what's the difference between toxic person and toxic sex?
Your mother can be toxic.
Yeah.
Your father can be toxic.
You're not having
But you're not having sex with them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but like, so how do we define toxic sex, and how do we define sex with a toxic person?
I mean, just that.
So, but the question is not even about toxic sex. It's what
That
she
toxic
person
asked
who
was
is
specifically
toxic
the
tendencies
person
that
who's
you
The
continue to
person
use.
who's toxic
Mhm.
then gives the toxic sex. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. This idea that toxic people give the best sex. That's how it started off. Like, you claim you're not toxic. You have shitty sex. Only this nigga who's toxic gives it. That's where it's compared. That's what they're comparing it to. Like, you gotta be toxic to get
like maybe
good sex.
so like here's a hypothetical.
You gotta be an
here's a
ancient
hypothetical.
nigga.
Maybe on the receiving end of some of these women who've been scorned by you, even though you feel you did nothing wrong, maybe they felt like the sex was amazing with you, but you were the toxic person.
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel you were toxic, maybe they felt that way because all they were getting from you was your normal niceness and bomb sex. But yet you didn't want anything from them as far as a relationship, but yet they wanted that.
And that felt
so
toxic.
for them, you were the toxic.
Right, I agree,
sex.
but I agree that that's possible, and I also agree that I'm not wrong for that. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I don't think I'm wrong for that.
I'm not wrong for that.
I was
That would be the label on this episode. If I could.
Okay, but see, but like, it was like the way I was like, you say you did nothing wrong. Like if I'm considered wrong for that, then y'all consider me wrong for that. I don't think I did anything wrong for that.
And that,
The name of this
If someone wants something from me that I've never if someone goes to something with the assumption that eventually something will become something else, that's not my fault. It's not my responsibility because you assumed that something was going to become something that it wasn't.
And I agree with you. You should never.
That's
but
all
my
I'm
thing
saying.
Is, but then on the flip hand, and I'm gonna be real with you, if there are a lot of subjectiveness because people are not clear, which goes back to the beginning of my first question. Can men take honesty? Right? So if a woman come up to you,
But it goes back to my first answer. I don't ask questions I don't want to know the answer to. I don't even bring that shit out.
but no, hear me out. If a woman comes up to you and says, "Yo, I like you. I think you're attractive. I want to build with you. I want to have a relationship," then it's up to you to be.
No, I just want to fuck.
I'll be honest, and I will be.
Right. But if you decide not to be honest and be like, you know what, I've been vibing with her. She was my friend first before she told me she liked me, and I'm vibing with her first. Then you be like, you know what, we can rock with this, right? And when that progresses. I'm fucking. Fuck you, Matthew.
I know.
I'm going back to Matthew for that. Fuck you. But it progresses and she feels like, yo, you weren't open, that you didn't want this relationship. She's gonna feel like it was toxic of you because she was 100 and you weren't completely 100 with her.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like the toxicity thing is all perception because I've been in that scenario almost identical to that with and I was honest and I was still considered toxic just because I was.
Well, that's
honest.
that person's problem. But that is that example.
That's
that example, yes.
I mean, but that's in my life. That's how all my examples are.
I can't believe that same example was happening to you time and time.
Sometimes it does happen.
I feel like sometimes
There are times,
Look, if you hung
there are
out,
times where that happens multiple times.
So you guys,
I'll tell you. It's
What's
how
up?
my life.
Would you guys like to play a game?
Yes.
Sure.
Question.
Can we
I see you over there
Can we
shuffling.
take it back?
Yes.
You can take
I
that.
asked.
You can get your time, baby.
Yeah.
Good.
You gotta go to the party.
I do.
You know what about your ass?
Kids are gonna go.
I'm gonna be that nigga.
So-
hold on. Jiggle the handle when you're done.
Make sure you don't keep on draining.
Oh wait, this is the basement bathroom. Everybody know about the basement bathroom.
Once for the bulk,
Yeah,
twice
right
for the
there.
remainder.
Oh my god. Ew.
You're nasty. Right, he's so irky. There you go.
So the game is called True or Drink. It's just questions. You can answer the question if you want to,
Or drink.
or drink. Simple.
So,
And you don't have to drink your whole cup.
All the ones in there.
that's what I'm saying.
You better go.
You can do that after the bathroom break.
I chose some easy questions, but they have some very vulgar questions too. So we're gonna start off easy.
Nah, give me it all. I don't care. I will
I
answer.
told you to get the vulgar ones. You was,
I will
you
go
was
all
scared.
in.
Yes.
You was scared.
So-
I ain't know if y'all
I'll
be.
answer whatever. I have no.
Give me all of them. I got nothing to
It's
hide.
a room for
I
niggas.
cannot stress enough that I don't
like
like. I have nothing to
I
hide.
told you to get the vulgar
All
ones.
right. Let's start off easy, then I'll mix in the vulgar ones.
Yes,
Okay?
add in. Go balls deep. I'm down.
So let's go clockwise, okay?
Okay.
Both of these niggas was like,
But at the end of the day, the game is designed for you to get to know your friends.
yes.
For you to know people.
Can I get everybody to wave at the camera for real quick? Like, I feel like nobody's making eye
Hey
contact.
YouTube,
eye contact.
Yeah, I did earlier, but
I was like, how you doing?
this is gonna be like a part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yo,
It's a lot of
so make sure
content.
y'all follow,
No, this is year 3.
subscribe.
It's year 3. It's gonna be 3 parts.
Make sure
Yeah,
y'all
3
follow,
parts for
subscribe,
year 3.
and keep
Right.
up with all the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off with the first question, and we'll go clockwise. All right,
Alright.
random.
Andrew been waiting to talk.
I'm ready.
What type of person have you always wanted to date but never had the chance to?
Well, I go for personality, so I don't particularly have a type.
All right, so
is
next.
it's the type that you have never dated that you wanted to?
Right.
No, I really don't have
What
a
type of
personality.
person?
It's based on their personality, because that's the first thing I look for, honestly. So,
Yo, swear.
Honestly, I don't even know how to answer that question because
Stop promotion.
I've had so many people that I've dated, and it all depends on different aspects of that
there was the
person.
response again.
So like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say personality like he says, but like,
you have eclectic taste.
yes, I do.
He's an artistic.
I'm very specific.
I
I'm
know.
very specific with the people that I choose to go out with, and so like, it's hard to say like if there was a something different that I would go for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Drew?
I've been trying to date the kind of woman that will bring the other woman home. Where it's like,
That's a good one.
Like,
That's a good one.
Wait, what is that?
Like, I'm in the house, like, I'm fixing dinner or I'm playing a game, doing whatever, and then she just comes home with a friend. It's like, oh my god, we better be super
That sounds like a fantasy to me.
That happened. I've experienced that. I'm like, what is this?
All right.
So,
He's like, I've been there, I've done that.
Wow.
Like,
What-
why else would my wife carry a picture of my face in her wallet? It's obviously to introduce it to third parties.
Cause she loves you and she wants to see you.
No, that's
No,
weird.
this-
She got a phone.
What about you, B?
Wow.
Alrighty
I
then.
mean, that's very logical.
Excuse me.
All right.
Can you read the question again?
Okay.
Because these niggas,
That's-
these light-skinned niggas on this couch.
I feel like I
What type of
No, cause I'm
We
silent.
all gave 3 different answers.
I want to make sure I gave the right answer.
Yeah, you did. You're okay.
What type of person have you always wanted to date but never had the chance?
He was right.
I've dated every time.
And I don't have that answer cause like,
Honestly, I've dated a lot of different types of men.
Mhm.
I've dated the millionaires. I've dated the basketball players. I've dated the.
You
the
dated a
millionaire? He had no substance though. But
Wait,
anyway,
wait, so what's this, a sugar daddy or what was
no,
this?
it wasn't sugar daddy. I was there when he had nothing.
And you helped
He
him build
became a
2 million.
I helped him build halfway to millions. Yes.
So you gave
So you dated a poor man, so you didn't date a millionaire.
and you gave some
Girl.
structure.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
So you
I've
built a
dated-
nigga.
I've
You was building nigga. You was building nigga. You were a
My
child.
resume, I've always built niggas. Fuck you talking
Yeah.
So
about.
you gave
Building
All right,
nigga
y'all about to
workshop.
get savage
She was
shit.
born
I built niggas.
Let me look at the camera.
She was double hair
building
thing.
No,
I'm sorry.
I
She said,
built
hold on, hold
niggas
on.
from
We
nothing.
talking about building niggas?
Barbie the
Let me
builder.
get my hard hat.
Barbie the builder.
Bob the builder.
Look, I've built niggas. I've built niggas who have only had a fucking high school education, who gone and got certifications, who gone on to do great things with their fucking life. Built business from the fucking ground up. Helped them put postages on their fucking packages. Like, I've helped niggas get where the fuck they've gone. I don't resent it, nigga. I've been in your life for a season and a reason.
Yeah.
I am not mad. Because at the end of the day, I am successful by myself.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
You said what?
Blessed and highly favored.
Amen.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But I dated literally, that's why people were like, I'm surprised you're getting married to this person. I'm like, I've dated almost every, I guess you say, type imaginable. But if they're not compatible with me, if they don't make me laugh, they don't make me feel good at night, if they're not here with the same monetary goals as me, the same grind goals as me, if they're not there for me to when I'm like, babe, my back hurt, they're not rubbing my back at night, like what, like what are we doing?
Why are you there?
Why are you there? It's the small things that really matter. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I didn't expect you to marry someone. I don't give a fuck what you expect, bitch. You paying my bills?
Yep.
Are you helping me? Are you washing my car?
You the one
random
rubbing my
Saturday?
feet?
Yeah.
Not even just that. Are you here cutting the grass? You know how to cut grass? Are you out here building, doing a den for me?
Yeah.
Are you out here putting shit, like painting? You know shit.
Yeah.
So if you can't compare, then it doesn't matter what you bring to the table. Dick, bitch, I can get dick anywhere. Dick is around.
Amen.
Facts, you can buy a dick. But I mean, you can get dick around. Niggas is throwing dick and women. They out here throwing it out here.
Yeah.
But my thing is, where's the context? Where's the thing that lasts? The substance of it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm like I've dated all the types.
I think I've dated a lot of women, except for a rich bitch. I need one of those.
I've
I've never been in your life.
I've dated a rich nigga.
I've never been.
I've never dated a rich
I've been on a
chick.
yacht. I've been in a mansion. Like I've dated some.
I'm in a mansion.
Yes, I have.
The fuck am I not?
No,
What am I not
you
doing?
will get the answer.
I've
What have I not been doing to be
dated a rich ass.
Jesus.
Can you just move?
Don't stomp on his shit. Come on now.
Your arm.
So,
I've dated
bro,
some
are you waiting for the
Drunkest
question?
path back to that.
She
seat.
really
Right,
You
did.
could have just
She really
stepped the
did.
fuck down.
Can you bring the mic down, bro?
Then I would have had to go all the way over. You
So,
could've just slid
are you
over.
ready for the question? Did you hear the question already?
No, I didn't.
You're the last
So we
one.
all
I
answered.
was
so
troubleshooting the toilet. I know what's wrong with it, by the way.
What's wrong with it?
So it's not filling up enough to flush.
Right.
So there's a chain missing to like fill
Yeah.
the toilet.
Mm.
I had the same problem with mine. That's why I
Yes.
gotta fix
That's
it.
why I'm using the basement toilet.
Okay, so everybody gave their answer. We're waiting for you. Are you ready?
Toilet analysis.
Okay.
Right.
What type of person have you always wanted to date but never had the chance to?
Damn, you have peeing a lot back there. You heard that shit?
Yup.
Ain't that
niggas.
shit.
He pissing.
That's when you've been drinking.
That's an Austin Powers pee when he came from the
Let
cryos,
me get his ass a bottle of water.
right?
Alright.
He dehydrated.
Go ahead, boo.
You said someone I've always wanted to, but I never had the chance to.
What type of
No,
person?
not a specific person.
But
What
type?
type of
No,
person?
yeah. So
We ain't breaking hearts tonight.
Don't
No, no,
say
no,
a
no.
name.
No, so I know-
I've always wanted to date.
No,
That nigga X-Men. That nigga will not return my phone call.
that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so I can speak now because I'm dating a nice person now. I never had the opportunity to date like a genuinely nice guy.
Facts.
And so I'm dating a really nice guy now, and it's been difficult for me. Like it's been difficult in a lot of ways, not just like just more so understanding
I'm with you.
the nice person and
Dialing back.
dialing things back. It's been a lot of adjustments.
Yeah.
As far as like dating a nice person.
I agree with you because like I have a same boyfriend. I have a fiance that's like overly nice.
Yeah.
Like and you're like.
It's the same person.
Yeah, same person. Yeah,
We're dating the same person.
Yeah, we're dating the same person.
If anybody knew.
Yeah. But we're like, yo, why do you have to do
I
this?
am not dating the both of them at the same time.
Facts.
Just a joke.
Just a joke.
Just to let you know.
If you,
Just a fucking joke.
oh yeah. But they know the show. They know who my
That's an
fiance
interesting
is.
question. Like, do you guys have that like slight fear or that thing in the back of your mind? Okay, when he's gonna switch to be a dick?
No.
Like I'm waiting for it to
So
come.
So honestly, it's more so like it's also me. Like when you've wanted something it's more so like, well, are you really the right person for it at the end of the day? Because I think everybody wants a nice person,
Yeah.
but then when you finally get with a nice person, like, well, are
you
you
accept it?
equally
were you
nice
even
for
prepared?
this
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
person, or are you secretly the terrible ass motherfucker?
Yeah.
Oh, this
That-
is y'all did Sierra's part?
I'm still okay with all that. You can be
Yeah.
terrible. I'm alright with it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an adjustment because you got to
Yeah,
think
that's right.
about
Thank you.
you
It's one
like I
shot.
have to think about how I'm used to handling things with like toxic people or like not so great people, you know, versus like, oh, you know, and then also it's an adjustment I feel like for the nice person to adjust to how I operate.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
I'm like just kind of the conversation we were having before, like there's things that aren't a problem for me.
There's a problem.
That will be a problem for someone else,
Yeah,
and
I
for
agree.
me, I have to now think, okay, well,
Get your
am
feet
I
on
going
the
to do
ground.
something about that, or am I
Right.
continue just to
Yeah.
not fucking care?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with you.
which is a struggle too, because it's just like, well, I have lived a life where a lot of things don't bother me for certain reasons. You know, I've developed a huge strength in myself to where like certain things don't bother me.
Yeah, and it don't
Some
affect
things
you.
will never affect me because
You are who
they
you
just
are.
never will affect me.
Right.
But they may affect someone else
Right.
because of their past.
Right,
also.
right, and that's something where communication comes in.
Yes.
Right,
And
so,
then
right.
acknowledging that.
I'm very big on communication and just trying because it's never been there in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
So communication is key, but also it's also like, you know, hey, just because you're uncomfortable with something that's based on your past,
Right, but then you have to go with the
doesn't
balance.
mean
You
right.
have to be considerate of that.
It's
It's a
being considerate, but also you really do have to be real in the shit. Where it's just like, okay, your tragic past has shit to do with me.
Lit up.
Just like my tragic past has shit to do with you. I have shit I have to work on to make sure I'm not bringing my tragic past and my drama into this.
Right.
Just like you have stuff you need to work on.
Right.
So like, so one thing Gio was saying, you know, if you're gonna get into something with somebody, like I'm gonna give somebody my full trust.
Yeah.
You know, so if you give that to me, but then you're kind of tiptoeing around certain stuff because of your past,
Right.
then you're not giving me your full trust. That means you have things you need to work on that have shit to do with me.
Alright.
So it's kind of one of those really tricky things where it's
Yeah.
just like
It is what it is.
it's always a tiptoe, but at
It's
the
a
end
give
of the
and
day, it's not necessarily a give and take. To me, it's also more so like you got your shit you need to work on.
And I got my
That
shit
don't got
done.
shit to do with me.
Right,
So whatever you think about me is really something you have to work on with yourself.
right.
Just like it would be
Accountability.
the same on for me.
Yeah.
But then also, and I can see from experience that it's also about understanding your partner. There are some things that you have to compromise with, and
Yep.
I am the queen of it because I have been independent, working on my own since 17, and there's some things I'm like I can change
All
something.
my life I had.
But no, there's some shit that I'm like I can change the light bulb. I have to be like, all right, let the man do what he does. You
Yeah,
know? It's
right.
like-
So that little stuff like that.
But
I
I
get it.
think little things like that would bother me. I'm like, this nigga, this is my house. This is I can take care of
I
this
got
shit.
it.
I got it. I wouldn't. If I don't got it, I'll hire somebody to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit, but then with somebody who is in your life that cares about you, it's like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And
You
there's
have
some-
to, we have to make an effort
We
to
have to
let
make an
them
effort.
change the light bulb, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I could have did this.
but
in 2
then,
seconds.
Okay.
and then don't. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So round one, no one took a drink. Ro, you were here. You can answer the question or you can take a drink.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be
Perfect.
short, guys.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be short.
Alright.
All right,
So-
come on, come back to your seat.
All right, so that was the question.
Yeah, what's the
Okay,
question?
okay,
All right,
okay.
y'all, we gotta keep these short.
Okay,
Round
so
two.
The
we'll
one
keep
he
it short.
says is short.
I missed the rule. I missed the rules. My
I
bad.
missed the two. To be honest.
Alright, round two.
Not the.
And I feel like she already told this story. I
So
didn't
my
get
right side was getting a little chilly.
So I think you already told your story, but we can get my
30-second answers.
Alright, what's the worst date you ever been on? Tell us all the juicy deets.
No.
Skip. So
I got it.
think
Yeah,
about
but
it.
you gotta
take a
drink. You gotta drink.
You gotta drink.
You gotta drink.
You skipping, you gotta drink.
These questions
Go
gonna get
ahead. Go
harder.
ahead, get the drink.
We ain't even get to the raunchy shit yet.
We should do shots.
Give him a drink. Go ahead, give him
Drink
a
it?
shot.
He got his
I got a shot.
Take a sip.
We
Take
got
a
drinks
sip.
already. I'm not.
Half shot.
I'll let you have to think about that.
Let's go.
Alright, bro. You take a sip.
Okay,
You tell us.
the worst day. Okay, yes, I can tell y'all.
Alright.
One of the worst.
30 seconds?
Yes, 30
I'm
seconds.
gonna put 60 seconds. I really got a timer.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Timer. 1 minute. You ready?
Yes.
And start.
I'm a germphobe, so like a lot of things kind of weird me out.
It's like 1 second.
It'll be less than a minute. It'll be less than a
I
minute.
put this second.
It'll be less than a minute.
And go.
So I'm a germphobe. So like certain things kind of weird me out. I went on a date with this guy from a dating app, and I guess it was crazy allergy season. This guy was snotty nosed to the T, crying, face red, swollen, and we're eating. We're literally sitting and eating, and like it is literally him blowing his nose every 2 seconds, snotty, everything, and I was just like, it's time to let's go.
Yeah.
And then so we took the metro, so we rode the metro back to our stops, and it was just literally I couldn't even talk to this person because they were literally just sneezing and snotty nose the whole time, and I was just like, is a napkin
terrible.
I couldn't do it. And then when we got back, I was just like, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Have a wonderful life, because I can't do this.
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, so I mean, worst date. I met this
Just
girl.
6 seconds.
Yep, I met this girl on a dating app. And so like we went on a date to this Italian restaurant, and the entire fucking time she's on her fucking phone. And I'm like trying to talk to her, start conversation, and she's just, oh, hold on, texting. And I'm like, okay, alright, it's getting to the point where I'm like starting to get pissed off. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be like, alright, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then I just left. Because I was like, I'm not gonna pay for your ass if you're just gonna sit there and be messaging. So I left it to her, because like she didn't even really pay attention. I was like, okay, I'm going to the bathroom. She's like, alright, and then she's just texting. I was like, okay, I'm not coming back.
Right.
And that was the worst. Cause I was like,
Alright, Geo, what about you?
Worst date I've ever been on. I literally just told Ro about this the other day. I took this older woman out. She was like 11 years older than me.
Oh Lord.
I took her. She wanted to go to this seafood restaurant downtown. Took her down there, and then we went to they had like an outdoor bar. We were drinking, and she got like dumb lit. And she ended up falling out the chair at the bar. Snapped on me like it was my fault that she fell out the chair. So now I'm driving her back to her house. I have to pull over to the side of the road. She could throw up out my passenger door on the side. And then ended up taking her home. Stayed over there. Woke up the next morning, and then she just like she don't remember none of this shit.
That's terrible.
Like, all right, older women are younger women, just old.
That's a similar
For
story, but
me,
not like that.
worst date. It was a worst date, but it was like a third date. So I was dating this girl, and at the time I was in college, and I just told her, look, I ain't really got no money. I was straight up like, I just paid my tuition, bought my books. I ain't got it. She's like, it's cool, just come over my house, we can chill. So I get over her house. She was just like, hey, can I get $100? I'm just like, I just told you that I just paid for my tuition. I don't have $100.
And this is the third date you said.
Yeah, and she was like, N-word, you got me fucked up. If I told you to take me to movies, you would took me to the movies. If I told you to take me out, you would took me out to eat, and you would spend more than that. So I'm saving you money. And I was like, B-word, young lady, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up because I had told you ahead of time. And that was like the worst date that was about to happen, but it was about to happen. But I drove all the way out like Glebe Road, Virginia. If people know where that is.
Yes.
To go see her.
Yeah, that's a ways.
That's a
you
ways.
stated,
The fact that I don't know where it is lets me know how far it is.
Fuck.
That is ways.
Yeah. And it's from here. Because I was living in Bowie. I was at Bowie State. So, like, I'm driving from Bowie State to Glebe Road.
Oh, no, you're wildin'.
Yeah.
You're wildin'.
Yes.
B, under 60 seconds, worst date.
You gonna start the timer?
Yep. Let's go. Everybody
Would
else.
you have a seat
question?
first?
Worst
No,
date.
I just wonder where y'all. So we're not using this bathroom no more. It's not fucking working right. So the bathroom is the first door on your second door on your right, coming up the steps. So not the garage, but the second door on your right.
Worst date ever.
Worst date ever?
Which year? So
the guy took me to Applebee's, which is no problem. Like, get your money. You know, 2 for 20. I think it was like 2 for 20 or 2 for 22 at the time, or whatever. But then he like bought coupons to put on top of it, and I was just like, okay, all right, weird. But then
I can't be mad at a nigga chasing a bargain. Like, if you can get that price down, get that price down. Exactly. But not go on.
But yeah.
Obviously, it gets worse.
Yeah, it definitely gets worse. So the day I'm like, all right, whatever, you get your coins, whatever. And then I was like, even when I treat myself, I'll at least get. That was 60 seconds. Oh, anyway,
Be rapping, bro.
Wrap it up, Pete. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, box.
started it early. Anyway, he was cheap. He was rude to the waiter, and I don't like that because
I can't deal with that.
I used to work in that industry. And he was rude to the waiter.
Those are real problems.
So that was the worst date ever.
Okay.
It was rude.
Coupons, not a problem.
Yeah.
Cheap
No,
and rude.
it was,
cheap
I'm like, bro, it was already
When you're
$20.
rude to your waiter,
I can't stand that.
Yeah, if I can make it zero, I'm gonna make it zero. How you be mad at me?
Yeah.
Been trying to spend
But if
less
that
money.
waiter is being rude as shit, nah.
So we only had one sip of round
Like,
two.
yeah, I can understand.
So round 3.
All
Let's see
right.
if we get
Andrew was the
more.
only one who didn't tell us about
Yeah.
his worst date.
So let's see if I get more people
Yep.
to
I
sip
have to think
round
about
3.
it. Like, I legit have
You had that many?
Yeah, you gotta escalate.
Yeah.
Round
We gotta go
3.
to the bathroom now and go upstairs.
Where's
Okay.
the strangest place you ever had sex?
Alright.
Hotel.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
I was like, you gotta stop.
Go.
Okay.
Before I can respond.
All right.
Yeah.
Which way we going? Which way we going?
Geo, let's start on Geo.
Go in order. I'll go first. I'll go
I thought we
first.
did backwards.
Yeah. So
You wanna go
this way.
Yeah. 60
Let's start
seconds.
with him.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Weirdest place around the corner from here, Walking Park. In the middle of the park.
Oh shit, you
In the
right.
park.
Yeah.
That's it?
Weirdest
Wait,
place.
question. So was it we walked up the little stairs and you know
No.
He
At the
was
time.
there.
He knows. He's done it.
Yeah. So at the time I had a Ford Taurus hatchback. And we just opened the hatchback. And we got to that.
Okay.
All right, what's the
Wait,
question
you
again?
gotta.
The
air it.
weirdest place you've ever had sex in.
Oh, shoot.
Good job.
did it start
I'm
recording?
ready to go
It just started.
Yeah, it just started. Alright, I'm gonna start back up. Let me see where
go
we
back
left off
in.
at. Weirdest place around the corner from here, Walking Park. In the middle of the park.
Okay, so literally you
Right.
start.
Yeah, wait, question. So was it we walked up the little stairs and you know at the time?
This nigga sound like a Walker's Park fucking expert. Make it right. Knock twice. Ask for Janice.
Sharon.
Yes, it was Sharon.
Yeah.
You got all the
I've been there enough.
You better not have been alone.
I know all the little secret places.
Okay, I'm gonna start back up. So, yeah, long story short, I had a Ford Taurus hatchback in the back of the hatchback. The year ago.
What's the question again?
Weirdest place you ever had
The
sex?
weirdest.
No, this is the strangest place you
Yeah.
ever had sex.
Strangest place I've ever had sex?
Yep.
Kitty swing?
Kitty swing?
Yeah, the kids swing.
The
He was
one that's
just
shaped
throwing
like a diaper?
Yeah! What the fuck?
You
That's
said, what was
interesting.
it? That was
You
that
sat that ass
Were you
in
swinging?
the swing that's shaped like a diaper?
Were you
That's the
swinging or
question
were
I gave you
you...
an answer. No,
Oh,
not
that's
my
you know what? Alright.
You gave an answer that had more questions.
We gonna let that go. We gonna let that go. Next person.
Okay.
The gender neutral bathroom at MagFest.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a dope place. That's actually clever.
Okay.
She's like, you get 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, you're Everett,
That's a
though.
whole ass
In a forest.
In the forest. That's just like in the forest.
I can see
Yeah.
you doing, you're Forrest type of nigga.
Were you
I
on
can
any
see
type
that.
of drugs?
I can see that.
No, there were no drugs involved.
I don't see Matt
It was just
doing
a bird.
drugs like that.
I don't do drugs like that.
Okay.
I have 2.
Ooh.
Uh
One in the handicap Sears dressing room.
Sears?
At Sears.
You need the room.
oh. Okay.
2 on a bench at the Baltimore Harbor.
Wow. This had to be like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I did the bench on the
It
Airbnb.
was- It was, I wouldn't
The
say,
afternoon?
The whole.
it wasn't the afternoon, it was at night. I wouldn't say it was in the middle of the night, but it was also like at night
It
to
wasn't
where it's just
before
like,
midnight.
is it?
You coulda got caught.
Yeah, I could have
First of all, on Thursday, the harbor's new.
Baltimore Harbor. Not
Oh,
the harbor.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
I thought you meant
Baltimore.
the harbor.
said
National
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
No, not
My bad.
national.
I'm sorry.
Baltimore.
That's why I asked in the
I was like,
afternoon.
At night.
Alright. Y'all go, Drew?
So yeah, I got like Roquois, I got two answers. So
Okay.
you know, one was Watkins Park, you know,
Of course.
in the woods.
Everybody
Not in the
know
car, but
Watkins
in the
Park.
woods. And the second one was, you know, like a abandoned playground.
Abandoned?
High five playground.
That's not that weird. That's not that
Was it
weird.
closed down or just closed? It was like after dark.
Oh no, it was an abandoned. It was legit an
You didn't
abandoned
say the playground.
playground.
You said the
during
child swing.
Yours is specific.
That sturdy, that stiff ass diaper shaped swing. I still have questions.
See, yeah, I used
Alright,
the regular.
we'll say those for later. Round 4.
Round 4,
I
let's
used
go.
the regular swing.
What's the title of your autobiography? Extra imaginary points if it includes a colon or a subtitle.
You said what's the title?
The title of my autobiography.
Nah, that was weird. We got to escalate.
That was a good one.
No.
Nah, you nasty.
Autobiography? Alright,
That
next.
sounds like you about to.
Question is,
Damn it. Like an
if you
asshole.
were able to travel back in time, what would you
Don't go
warn
in
yourself
first.
about?
Go to Andrew first.
Andrew first.
Don't ask me that first.
Yo,
I hate it here.
you know what? I'll go first. I think I will warn myself about careers. Like, at first I thought it was stupid to get like the tech career, or I was that ignorant guy like, I don't need to learn how to type.
Yeah.
So now everyone is like, I would get into technology earlier at a young age.
What's the question again?
You get to travel back in time to warn yourself about something. What would it be?
Oh, that's easy. Bitcoin.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Like, all
Rich as
that
fuck
shit.
right now. I mean, that's
That's
a
a
real
good
gym.
one.
That's a
Yeah.
real general thing. But I would warn myself about
That nigga Tom.
who?
Tom
I mean-
from MySpace.
No,
Yeah.
he was my only friend. I'm just kidding.
He's my number one friend.
always
my number one friend.
He's always your first
That
friend.
was your
Yeah,
first
but-
friend.
He's my only friend.
But no, I would say
Which is
I would
I
have warned.
appreciated that though.
I would invest in it.
I would have warned myself about savings like 401ks. I feel like a lot of, at least in my schools, they didn't teach us about having savings
Financial
accounts.
stability.
Yeah,
Well,
they
At
taught
least
us how
not
to.
401k. They did.
No, my
no.
school. I can only speak about my school.
My school ain't teach about taxes.
Okay, my
Money.
school
No.
didn't teach us.
I went to Flowers. They taught us that.
No,
But
that- well,
401k, we weren't taught.
North Philly.
They didn't teach us none
North
of that
Philly,
shit.
they didn't teach us none of that shit. They taught us how to write a check, how to like cursive,
Yes.
how to deduct
Yeah.
from a checkbook. That's the only.
But they didn't teach any
That
type of
was where it
financial
stopped.
information
Yeah, so
whatsoever, like
if
High
taxes.
school taught us how to be workers and be on 9 to
Yes,
5.
right. So
That's what
that's
they
the
wanted.
only thing
Exactly.
that I would go back to be like, hey, start your 401k as soon as you start working at 18 or 21.
Okay.
Because at 33, I could have had maybe 400 grand saved up by now. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Now I started at 30. Now, or I'm sorry, 27. I'm like, oh, I could have been way ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying?
7 figures.
So,
yeah, shit
are
right
you taking a sip, Geo? Or
now. Nah.
Oh.
What was,
Well, you
can you
keep
read the
correct.
question one more time? I get the best
That
answer.
goes in the bloopers.
You-
Remember that toxic nigga we was talking about earlier?
you get to travel back in time to warn yourself about something. What would it be?
Okay, I know. It would be 9/11.
No names.
9/11?
9/11. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
was
get
in high
that.
school in 9/11. Like, I wasn't around.
I wouldn't have went to school
I
that
was
day.
in-
I was in high school.
I
was in
thought,
school that-
I thought my
that was
parents didn't
cool.
love me. I was the last kid to get picked up from
Yeah.
At first, like by like
Man,
the
traumatized.
by the fourth
Yeah.
kid, it was just like, okay, so this is a thing. And then everyone, like, one by one, they just parading these little niggas out the classroom.
Yeah.
And then it's just me and the teacher. And she
Wow.
would have been left if it wasn't for me.
I'm
So now I'm
fucking
holding her up. Like,
Right.
Alright,
Everett.
I would say relationships because depending on who you dip your dick in, your future is determined by it.
So
I know,
you
I
wouldn't
knew
warn
all
yourself
about
about
that.
certain females. Like, I would, don't.
No, just relationships in general. But
Oh, you would get
So
John.
it's
You wouldn't be
more-
like, avoid this bitch.
No,
No.
it's more,
No.
it's deeper than
it's
sex
deeper
ed.
than just that.
It's more
Yeah.
deeper than
Who
sex
gives
ed.
your
Deeper than just that.
Who
Yes.
you give your soul time
Yes.
to.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
energy.
soul ties are not
That's
real.
important.
My parents told me.
It's important.
Boo, soul ties are not real.
You listen here, you light
That
skinned
is a
fucker.
lie.
Soul
Like,
ties are not
They
real.
they are real.
According to Bleach, it's real.
They're definitely real.
They are. They're definitely
All
They're
right,
real.
parents are real.
You
Yo,
thought you
bro.
had soul ties to somebody in the past? Where they at now?
You got.
Boo, you're
You
wrong.
got a fucking soul tie.
With
Eddie
who?
got
You got
soul.
plenty of soul ties.
Nobody.
Eddie got
Yeah,
soul.
you do.
Eddie got
Yeah,
soul.
you
Eddie
do.
got
Yeah, you
soul.
do.
Alright,
Yeah, you do.
bro, did you go?
Andrew.
It's her turn.
No, it's a
I would warn myself. I would warn myself about just snakes and fucked up people. Like I would literally say.
That's what I said. Y'all cut my shit.
You
No!
said names.
You particularly
Yeah.
tricked out an individual.
Because just like we were talking about late bloomers earlier, I am a late bloomer to just like I am a late bloomer to like toxic people and like not so great people, whether they're old, young, whatever. I've been experiencing a lot of really.
Amen. Error.
Error.
Damn.